Hello, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Hello.
We are all here today to play some Dungeons and Dragons, as I'm sure you know. I myself am going to be keeping the stream up on my phone as usual.
And confirm, stream audio is working.
Good, thank you. It has to be checked, you know. It's make sure you have a... Now, let me see.
Make sure you have a yeah. That's a technical term.
It is absolutely a technical term. Now, do I believe everyone is good? We're all good. Sorry, I'm checking some things. Making sure nothing catastrophic happens. Alright.
This is D&D.
And also
More
us,
catastrophic
things
than
that are
usual.
catastrophic are very common.
That was a cat pun, wasn't it?
Yes. But also very accurate.
I'm very proud
Most
of
of our
that.
catastrophes are cat-related.
That is true. Also, I believe our audio levels are okay, but I'm not positive. I will have to check in a moment. Also, my accent needs to be recalibrated. Okay. So, where we left off last time, the party had been traveling across the quiet peaks from the town of Shelgen along with a young, about a 15, 16-year-old tiefling named Flaw, and she's coming along with you to go to the city, the great city of Un, as it's called. However, in doing so, you encountered some strange swamp things that you tried to avoid at all costs. Had a
Hey,
very...
Hey guys.
What?
I know it's unbelievable, but I've done it again.
Oh my god.
I think it's pretty awesome, but I think Cruciate's gonna hate it.
Anyways, and had a near deadly encounter with a wyvern and some... No respect for the recap. Alright.
No!
Now I've come up with city name puns.
Anyways. They ended off the session healing some sickened peasants that were staying outside of the large town of Galderborg, which they were going to enter the following morning after sort of a week of healing. So, as you all wake up, you've healed as many people as you reasonably can. You've been socializing with people for about a week. None of you seem to have fallen ill, luckily.
I thought we were gonna stay till everyone was cured.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That is, if you'd like to stay an additional day, you can do that. You've healed most
Yeah,
of
that's the
everybody.
plan.
Okay. So you stay...
You're not the other crew.
Anyway, you stay a total of 8 days, and you manage to heal everybody. And at this point, the peasants are very thankful, but are still hesitant about going back into town, as the way they were treated in there wasn't great. However, you guys bid your farewells, and they insist on giving you 20 gold pieces total that they managed to get together from everybody.
I'll add that to the party fund.
Thank you. During the time where I was not healing people, or like hunting and taking care of whatever, I was gonna keep training Flaw on how to fight.
With a retconned axe and not sword, yes.
Yes, because I'm very smart and remember what weapons I'm proficient with. Again, sorry about that.
It's all fine. So you do that. Go ahead and make a wisdom or intelligence check.
Cool. Oh, that very nearly fell off the table. 16.
16, okay. It goes pretty well. She's getting better. It's obviously a long process, but she's getting better with it.
You want to know what's fun about that? It doesn't matter if that was wisdom or intelligence. Yes, it does, because my wisdom is higher now. That was 17.
Okay.
Planning on it being wisdom anyway, but I forgot that they are no longer the same score.
So,
I think we're heading to town now, right?
Yep, it'll be like another day or two's journey.
Yeah.
so you all step out once more into the light breeze.
I make sure that we bring along some of the leftover meat from all the hunting we did. Make sure we have enough food.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
a decent
Jesus.
thought.
I also drop all the books on myself. It's good.
Good to note.
Yup.
Is that in character?
Oh, no.
Word doesn't have books.
Lord only sort of knows how to read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is not
He's
Jay.
smart enough to learn, he just hasn't had the opportunity.
So you head out in the direction of Galderborg. At the end of your first day, nothing really has happened other than the gentle snowfall and light breeze that's commonly associated with this climate. Who wants to take a watch? I assume the same crew as before.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, fuck.
And roll better than
Alright.
last session if you can.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I gotta go get my
Can't I
dice.
just rely on my passive perception?
No.
Honestly, it's likely that my passive's gonna be higher than what I roll.
Oh well.
No.
The same way
It's
my
not.
investigation in real life's pretty good as long as I'm actually trying.
21 perception.
As long as you are trying?
As long as I am trying. But half the time I'm not, and my passive's garbage, so I never see things that are right in front of me.
See, I'm the other way around. If I'm just absentmindedly like, oh, I kind of need this thing, I know exactly where it is. If I ever really need something and I go looking for it, I will never find it.
So, you take...
Give me a sec. I'm getting my dice. I was eating food because I am slightly starving right now.
Cool,
Oh,
good.
I should do that.
Food?
That's why
Or
I'm so
starve.
hungry.
Maybe that's something you should do usually before 7 p.m.
I mean, are we talking most people or me?
You should do that.
No, I never do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
know,
I haven't really
but
eaten
you
anything
should.
yet today.
Yeah, but
That's
Carissa,
not
don't
good.
you wake up at like 6 p.m.?
No, I've been getting up at like 11:30.
Oh wow, so
Although
early.
Oh
Today
wow,
was-
that's really early for you.
Today I was up till 6, so I slept till like 1:30.
I would feel like I got run over by a truck if I slept that long.
I mean, I woke up like every 5 minutes because I just kept hitting snooze on my alarm.
That sounds terrible.
Better than beeping because I have a cell phone. It plays music. Perception. 16.
Alright. Who wants to roll a d12?
Not me.
Megan.
Okay, I guess I will.
You're doing it, apparently.
You don't want to, you don't have to. I'm willing to do
I'm
it.
good doing it. Let's see how this goes. 6.
6. Alright. On the watch. Moore doesn't spot much. Nissa takes over. And a little while later, there's nothing really except the quiet movement of some small birds nearby that appear to be knocking on sides of dead trees. As you all wake up next morning and pack up and head off once again, your long journey is nearing its completion. It's been over a month, I believe, at this point.
Yeah.
And about midday, as the wind and snow kind of lets up a little bit, Flaw points out, Oh, is that what we're looking for? And points, and you can all see the tops of buildings in the distance.
Yeah, that's it.
Galderborg is within sight. As night is approaching, you guys think it's probably only about 3 or 4 hours off. Do you want to just keep going, or do you want to take a sleep?
How
Well, how long have we been going?
I heard half of each question.
How long have we been going, and how close to night are we? Like, how close to truly dark is it?
Well, it's about approaching dusk when you usually would start setting up for the night.
So, do we think we're gonna get there before it gets really dark, or is it gonna get really dark first?
It's gonna get dark, but it's probably not gonna be...
Are we gonna gain exhaustion from doing it? My question.
You've only been... You might. You're gonna have to make saving throws, so they're not difficult ones.
Well, here's my question. Are they gonna let us in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Might be better to camp. The only thing about exhaustion, though, is if we did gain it, we would go into town, take a long rest, and then it would be gone, right?
Correct.
Because it would only be 1 point, so it wouldn't
Well,
be a
then
big
we
deal.
should head into town.
Yeah, probably, because even if they won't let us in, if we camp near the walls and something tries to attack us, they might help.
They'll let us in.
Okay, I say we keep going. What do other people think?
Yeah, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Alright. We keep going.
Alright.
Wait, why are you both up here? You're supposed to be locked in the basement.
I hope you're not
Kitty
talking to us.
No, there's not just 2 of you. There are 2 cats in my house, though. Shh, go. Thank you. Hi, cat.
Ignore the darkness and continue forward.
Yes. Well, actually, I think there's a bunch of lights on down there, which is probably not a good thing.
No, I'm talking about in-game.
Oh.
So, you continue. As it starts getting dark, the wind and snow fully let up, actually, for the first time in a little while. And all you can see is, as you're starting getting closer, the large, sort of... It's kind of like a crisscross of old stone wall, and then it's been reinforced with logs. So at points it looks like this wall, which, upon closer examination, the bricks are far larger than they really should be. Where it's crumbled, in places it's been repaired with wooden structures. Although it does look the stone parts do look a lot more damaged than whole. And as you start getting closer, you can see torchlight from the large gate. It signifies the entrance to Golderborg. Above the gate, there is a large, faded banner that bears the insignia of Un, the former Tsar of the Empire that was in charge for many, many, many years until he died, and his daughter, Uto, now rules the land. However, the land is still called Un in his name, as she has not sought fit to change it. And you all begin to approach the gate, and you can see no guards, at least outside the gate. However, the portcullis is lowered, its metal bars blocking any entryway into the city, and behind it, a large, heavy wooden door, set of double doors, blocks the entrance as well.
I think we knock.
Yeah.
Well, you can't really knock, as the portcullis blocks the way to the door.
We can't really knock on a portcullis. I have a mace. I knock.
We've also got... Pavu has a quarterstaff, too. That would work.
I don't know if I have a sound for this, but let's see. Sorta. That'll do.
Close enough.
You wait, and then you hear a shout from somewhere up on the wall. A figure with a torch and an unusual steel helmet shouts down, "Who goes there?"
Travelers. seeking entry into town.
The figure's head and torch move beyond your line of sight back over the wall again. You guys wait about a minute or so.
How dark is it where we are? Like, could they see us?
Yeah, they can probably see you. I assume you have a light.
Okay, yeah, we probably have a torch.
Considering two of you can't see in the dark.
I've produced flame as a cantrip, so like I might just continually cast that.
Yeah.
They definitely can see you then. You wait, and you wait, and after about 2 minutes or so, you all start slightly as the portcullis begins to open. And as the large doors open wide and Hans's guitar music blares from somewhere in the sky above,
Piece of crap, microphone mute switch. I had it muted and then I sat on it.
Again. You see a force of about, it looks like 6 guards bearing leather armor but steel skull caps and sort of kind of ratty looking spears. And then in front of them is the captain, who appears to be a large burly man wearing sort of scraps of leather armor. Looks like probably an orc, but you can't see much of his face behind the raven-like dark purple mask that he wears over his face.
Do I know him?
You do not.
Oh, he's new.
He is definitely new. And based on his outfit, looks like one of the Inquisition. And as the gate opens, the guards all file out. Sort of in a kind of not lowering their spears to point them at you, but in kind of a defensive formation. And the large orc man steps forward. Travelers, eh? Where do you hail from? Where are you going?
We hail from a few different places. We just came from... What's the name of the town, Kushan?
Shalgan.
Shalgan?
Shalgan. Yeah.
Shalgan?
Shalgan.
Oh, Shalgan.
Yeah.
Okay. We just came from Shalgan.
Ah.
We're just stopping through. On our way to Un. I have some friends here.
Do you? He takes a look at you. Whoop.
Did you ever give Sienna a last name?
Yes.
Okay.
Which I don't remember off the top of my head. Give me a minute.
That's probably something I should add to my notes too.
Yeah, probably. Frostmantle.
Frost. Oh, Frost. That's right. I was there when you decided that.
Yeah. The large orcish man sort of turns to look at the rest of you. Traders from Shalgan, eh? Haven't seen traders around here in a while.
Not really traders, just travelers.
He looks you up and down.
Don't really have much to trade. I mean, we have skills, but no goods.
I'd like to apologize for the trouble we're all undoubtedly causing you. We have to check anyone that enters town, either before or after nightfall, around this time of day and night. You see...
Are you checking for the sickness?
No.
Oh, I took care of that, by the way. They're all cured.
He turns sharply at you. Really? Did you?
I'm a healer. I think.
He steps forward and just looks down at you. The sinister eyes of the mask blocking off anything else, and the sort of... Although being a mask that would, in real-world terms, would associate you with sickness, this much more bears the mark of a witch hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You don't happen to know any witches, do you, son?
Not neither are still alive.
Good man. He turns to Pavu.
Frost mantle, right?
Yeah. You haven't seen anything odd on your trip here, have you?
No.
Well, nothing nearby. There was a, oh man, the wyvern. What kind of wyvern is that?
Cold light wyvern is what they're called.
There was a cold blight wyvern a bit more south than it should be, but not much else.
Alright. Well, I suppose you seem fine enough. Turns and looks back at Nissa again. You said you had friends in the city?
Yes.
Don't suppose you could give me any names?
Deanna Frostmantle.
Ah, I see. One of those types, eh? Well, I suppose there's no problem with letting you in the city. Just stay out of trouble. And, if you, happen to encounter any, illegal magic users in the city, you'll be sure to report them to me, won't you?
Of course.
I have to ask, I'm not really from around here. What kind of magic do you find illegal?
Witchcraft, unlicensed sorcery and wizardry, anything of the sort. Anything that isn't approved as per the official notice board of the Guard.
Is there somewhere I could look at that?
Anywhere on a street corner, my friend.
Is this all new to the town?
This is very new. This was definitely not here when you left.
Issa is glaring at this guy, by the way. She does not like him.
If you find anything untoward, just head over to the main office of the Inquisition and ask for Zorak.
I probably would have put out Produce Flame at some point.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's light around. Light enough to see.
Alright. He gives you all another once-over. Just kind of, you can't see his eyes behind the mask, but you can definitely sense them being there. Have fun in Galderborg, folks.
Alright, thank you.
And he turns around and gestures, and the 6 guards follow him back into the gate. And it stays open.
Nissa walks in.
You all head into the darkened streets of Galderborg.
Actually, I want to stop by one of the guards. I'm looking at his spear. Is it really just in bad shape?
Yeah, just heavily used.
I walk over to the guard. Do you mind if I have a look at your spear for just a minute?
Sure. Yeah, okay.
Thanks. Again, I just kind of look at it. I try to bend it just a little bit.
Make a strength check.
21.
Snap!
Um,
He looks down, he has like this,
Sorry.
he has like short brown hair, freckles covering his face. He's probably like 18.
Here, hold on. I put the pieces back together and I'm gonna try to use mending on it.
You successfully mend the spear back together. Hand it back over. He just looks down like, thanks.
Sorry about that. You're gonna want a new spear.
What did he look like?
Short brown hair and freckles. He's probably about 18.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really bad spear.
Yeah, it is.
If that's all it took to break it, because I wasn't trying.
No,
I was trying
no.
not to.
All right, Mord, come on, let's go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leave a little hastily.
He gives a little nervous wave as you guys head off into the streets. You look around, and you can see, albeit the fact that it's nighttime, you're surrounded by mostly one-story buildings, snow-covered rooftops, mostly made of shale with small windows. The occasional smoking chimney is across the cobblestone road. It's a pretty respectable town, even though there's nothing really big or grand about any of it. You can hear merrymaking from one pub off to the side that appears to be pretty full. You can see off ahead of you there's a workshop that appears closed for the day. The buildings give a very... I'd say it's hard for me to describe, but if I had to put it in real world terms, I'd say the buildings are very very German in architecture. You can see around there's plenty of humans, kind of a lot of humans, more humans than you've seen in one place, probably. You can see, indeed, he wasn't exaggerating. There appear to be freshly constructed notice boards on nearly every street corner, with many new rules and regulations. As you continue...
I want to go read one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to read one too.
Most of them are in common, although there are a few in Orcish with sort of translations for locals.
Good. Mord can't really read common very well. He's working on it, but not very good.
Yeah, fortunately it's a pretty common problem.
It's a common problem, huh?
Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. For
Did
one,
you
I wish I
try
meant
to
to
read
do
it and
that.
couldn't? Or
What?
sorry, my friend texted me and I was just responding. I was reminding him that we had the stream up tonight. What did Mord try to read a poster and couldn't?
Yeah, it's okay.
No,
There's a
no,
translation
he's just-
there.
He can get by reading common, but he's not very good. He's very slow, and he's just not very good at it. So he was just noting that he's glad that there are Orcish message boards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or notice boards, different thing.
The board is plastered in some sort of motivational messages, but most of them are kind of old and have been covered, older than the rest, I mean, and have been covered up by bounties for wanted criminals, new laws relating to, particularly to magic, but there's a lot of other things as well. There are notices about the Inquisition and their new authority in the city as bestowed by Uto herself. There are notices that unlicensed potion making will be swiftly dealt with. You have to go through the proper channels to make potions in this city. This isn't some uncivilized campsite. There are also notices of cancellations of trade routes with a couple villages, and a few newly established ones that are heavily regulated and under Imperial control.
So is my breed of magic sanctioned?
All witchcraft is strictly prohibited and punishable by death.
Okay.
What about my type of magic?
That's shining and happy.
Religious practice and magic spellcrafting is allowed, although only in specific sanctioned areas. There are temples where you are allowed to practice your craft, and if you are found to be abusing this power in any way, you are subject to arrest and interrogation by the Inquisition.
Okay.
What about me? My magic?
You don't know if anyone approves of your magic. It's not even something that they write down. It's just, yeah, no, they're not going to like that.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, that's.
What about my
Warlocks are
eldritch
just generally
powers?
Just, like worldwide, I think.
Yeah, Warlock magic's usually just like, what is that? What did you just do?
Alright, you guys, let's go.
Okay.
Where?
Nessa, do you know where we should stay for the night?
We're gonna go stay with a friend of mine.
Right. Positive NPC interactions? What?
What is this party? What's happening
We
here?
made it through the gates in a tense situation without murder or threats.
No spells were
A
cast at
friend,
all?
Someone who we can actually call a friend, and we're staying with them? What?
What is going on here? Alright, so you head around,
Or at least someone one party member calls a friend.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so yeah, you head around, and
Shit.
yes, well, something wrong here.
I just dropped something. It's all good.
Okay. So you're led.
I just sat on my volume controller.
Again. You're led. Disaster. You're led through town, through the sort of not busy streets at this time. After sundown, most people have gone back to their homes and finished the work for the day. You pass a large guild office that appears to be boarded.
Hans, how you doing?
I dropped things. It's alright.
Anyway, a large guild of sort of a guild office that appears to be boarded up, and another one that is clearly closed for the night, but still in business. This place looks not. I mean, the inside, apart from the notice boards, this place looks pretty similar to when you left, Nissa.
Okay.
You can see as you're walking, you turn a street corner and nearly bump into this older woman who has kind of a long, like a shawl, a lot of warm clothes on, and long kind of grayish white hair. And she just goes, oh, excuse me, sorry, and moves on past you and just keeps walking.
Did I recognize her?
No, just some. There's a lot of people in this town. It's easy to not know people.
Did you
but
say she bumped into one of us?
you almost bumped into her as you went around the corner, and she just darted past. She's the only person you've seen walking the streets.
Okay.
And you keep
Close
going.
enough to take her money?
Huh?
Close enough to take money?
You don't see a visible pouch or anything, but you can definitely try.
No, I mean, was it close
Could
enough
she
for
have
her to
taken
take
our
our
money?
money?
Yeah, probably. She went back probably pretty quickly though.
Check my money.
It's there.
Okay.
Same. Just to be safe. Because I've got the party fund, so that would be
Do I
bad.
notice Mord checking his money?
Yes.
Mord,
What?
don't think that some thief is the biggest danger to your pocketbook.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's very true.
Brutal, but fair.
That
Here's-
is the Theobald Trupfer way.
there's some G's here. 7,000 gold. That sounds reasonable. So you continue on. Oh,
You'll learn eventually.
I did just realize something actually. Brief.
Retcon!
No, it's not a retcon. No, is the audio okay? Hang on. That sounds reasonable. No, it's not. Yeah, that's been my bad. Okay, so I didn't put on headphones today. Sorry. Hang on. Audio is a little weird, so let me go try and fix that. It's gonna take-
Yeah, it's a little echoey.
Yeah, that's what that is. I just was like, there's something I didn't do today. I wonder what that was. Oh.
Do the thing that fixes the audio. That's what I didn't do today.
Boop. How's that? Maybe? Yeah. Oh. Although I have broken your guys' audio, which I thought might happen. Give me 1 second. Oh. Uh-oh. Have I fixed it? Talk.
Hello.
Ah, yeah, okay, I fixed it. It's all good.
So,
I fixed it. Good.
something I picked up in a store, when I was visiting, Carissa, was chocolate peanut butter soda.
How is that?
What?
So at some point tonight, I'm gonna try it, and I will report to all of you.
That sounds
I
disgusting.
hate it already, but it
I
sounds
really
great.
like the 3 different flavors they have. We've got like this really cool cookie shop downtown, and it's got weird candies and sodas and trick things and signs.
I'm mad I left early. Wow.
We did that on Monday.
Yeah.
You can always come back again. You don't
Yeah.
live that far.
Anyway, I just wanted to announce the presence of the chocolate soda.
It's a good announcement. It's a good announcement. So
Now we can get back to the game.
yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you head through the streets, and you guys see as you turn a corner, you see the only two-story building that you've seen in town so far. A large, old-style kind of almost like a small manor house, surrounded by a wrought iron fence. Moored, only you notice that there are very faintly inscribed magic runes on each bar of the fence.
Wow. Nice.
One more. Sorry, there's something I forgot to tell you that I changed from my backstory. Jonas is actually a half-elf, not a human.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to change immediately. So that would have been good to know. So
Sorry, I forgot I changed it.
it's fine. It's fine. It's just, you needed more. Never mind. So never mind. So yeah, you guys continue forward and see the gate also has runes upon it. However, Nissa places her hand on it and nothing happens. She opens the gate. And you all move forward in the direction of the large door. Nissa, I assume you look to the others and then knock.
Yeah.
You wait. Mord, you notice one of the curtains move in one of the upper floors, but nothing else. And then...
Man, this just feels like canvassing.
Then-
Knock, wait, see a curtain move. No one's gonna answer. It's cool. We'll just leave.
You wait and you hear... What?
Nothing.
Okay. And you hear... very fast footsteps descending stairs. And then about 3 separate locks being opened on the front door. And then the door bursts open and you all see, well, you all look, expect to see someone taller, and then look down and actually see a short little half-elven girl with chestnut hair and sort of bright blue eyes who looks forward immediately. You're home! And just jumps at you.
This catches her.
Mord looks at Theobald with a very confused expression.
I return a more confused expression.
Flaw looks at both of you with a confused expression.
We both look back with a confused expression.
Yep.
Pavu just looks as awkward as always.
While still holding her, Nissa walks into the house.
I guess we follow.
Come on in,
Mord
guys.
slowly follows in.
You almost bump your head on the door frame and have to kind of... very much Gandalf going into a hobbit house, almost.
Oh, watch out, Pavu.
Nissa's got this huge grin on her face.
You guys walk in, there's sort of a threadbare rug on the floor. Fairly nice woodworking on the floor and the set of stairs that go up to the second floor. And as you head into the main sort of living room area where there's a fire going, there is a very small, kind of morose-looking hound dog that is asleep on the carpet. That just kind of looks up with a...
What's the hound dog's name?
What is the hound dog's name? Hang on. I had this written down.
Name. Oh, BS, you did.
I actually did. Oh yeah, I named it Mouse.
Really?
Yes.
How big is he?
For a hound dog, kind of small, so probably like... I don't know, stack 2 Dachshunds on top of each other, maybe?
Oh, okay. Have you read the Dresden Files?
No. I have not.
There's this huge dog that the main character gets in one of the books that he calls Mouse when it's a puppy. And so it's just, when it grows up, it's this humongous dog named Mouse. And
No.
he is the best.
No,
Don't worry, Krishan, I get the reference.
Yeah, I named it that because that's Owen's hound dog's name.
Oh.
And he's super annoying, and I love him. He's great.
Alright. Hello, mouse.
Oh, wait, no, the hound dog.
Rude.
To resist asking that question.
Rude. Anyway, that's the only response. You're just constantly looking very sad, very floppy ears. And then sort of lays back down on the carpet and sniffs your shoes.
Nissa kisses Willow on the head and then sets her down. Willow.
Oh my god, you're already home!
Yes. Where's Sienna and Jonas?
They're out right now. There's some sort of thing going on. I didn't want to go, so I stayed home.
What thing?
I don't know. You know how she is. They just kind of had an idea and just said they were gonna go, and I don't like going out anymore. So, you know, staying inside.
Nissa, do we need to go get them?
No.
Okay.
You know how long they'll be gone?
No, not... I mean, just like a few hours. She said, "Who are you?" She kind of just noticed the rest of you.
I'm Mord.
Mord!
Friend of Nissa's.
Hi, I'm Willow.
Hello, Willow.
She kind of looks up at you, kind of like dirty, kind of dirty blonde, not blonde, what the hell's wrong with me? Dirty kind of chestnut hair. It's a little darker in some places. You can't tell if it's actually supposed to be like that or whether she just hasn't washed it in a while. And you can see, off to the side, this house has a lot in it. There's lots of shelves that are probably almost to the ceiling that have either files or large books, or in some cases there's a few small-ish paintings that look kind of probably not that great, like kids probably made them. Yeah, no, and you can see through to the dining room from here and can see there are many chairs of differing sizes, some of which aren't really being used, some of which are at the table. And
I'm gonna just drop my bags and coat in a corner and start to take off my armor.
The music just decided to get really manic for some reason.
Oh my god, there's children!
Again. Yeah, that's why I was saying when she said, "Oh yeah, by the way, they're both half elves." I'm like, of course they are, because of course they are. Again. Again.
I thought they were both humans.
Mostly human.
Willow's a half elf, and so.
No. I thought the children in the last game were both humans.
They're mostly humans.
Okay,
Yeah.
brief update.
Did you try the soda?
It's weird.
Of course it is.
I mean,
it
what did you
sounds
expect?
nice.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Weird or disgusting?
It's pretty good, but it's really strange.
That's about right.
It's really.
I really want
Anyway,
to try the
moving on.
chocolate-covered strawberry one.
It's like a motto for this entire
The
stream.
chocolate-covered strawberry one actually would be pretty good, I think, but I was going for the weird one.
Naturally,
Well,
as
you
you
found
do.
it.
I did.
You had to. I mean, it was there.
Right.
So you all kind of settle down, which is a little weird to do in this house you've never been in. That's a little fancier than all of you are used to, probably, except for Nissa. Oh, well, no, Theobald, you're used to being here, but not usually in this light level. You're just not used to being in these fancy houses when they're lit.
Yeah, I take off all of my armor and my heavy coat, and I just kind of lay down in front of the fire.
The hound dog begins licking you on the face.
What time is it?
It's probably 9 p.m. Maybe 8:30.
Willow, have you eaten dinner yet?
Yeah, she sticks her tongue out. Of course I have. I can cook. Mostly.
Okay.
That's a good point. Is there a kitchen here?
Of course there's a kitchen here.
Really? In this house? That's pretty nice. Can you show me where?
She kind of just gives a sidelong glance to Nissa.
I'll show him. Why don't you take Flaw and show her around?
Oh, she didn't seem to have noticed Flaw to this point, who's been, like, kind of in the corner, just awkwardly standing there.
Hey,
Hi.
come on out. Get warm by the fire.
Flaw walks out and goes, hi.
Go show her your room, Willow.
Okay. And immediately runs upstairs, and, Flaw just looks at you like you've just sentenced her to some horrible...
Lisa laughs.
some horrible fate, and then follows her upstairs
I
begrudgingly.
walk over to Flaw before she leaves. Just sit through it. There'll be dinner when you're back.
Oh, I've never been good with other kids.
Yeah, I've never been good with other people.
She starts walking upstairs, and there's a loud and she stops. Removes her horn from the lantern holder on the wall, and then continues up the stairs.
Oh no.
What do you two, or what do you all do, rather?
I'm gonna show Mord where the kitchen is and help him make some food, and the others are
Oh
welcome
yeah,
to
I
follow
need the
us.
help. I don't know what I'm doing.
There is a horrifically scorched pot that contains what was probably once the remnants of pasta that is in there over the fire still.
I'm gonna be
God.
hungry.
It's mostly empty, though. It looks like she ate it and then forgot to take it off the fire.
Oh no.
I go take it off.
It is not spaghetti, actually, but... I didn't even realize that. Damn it. God, my entire life. Anyway.
I take the pot off and cast prestidigitation on it.
100% at maximum power! Sorry. Anyway. God damn it. Okay, so you use prestidigitation to clean it off.
I'm so happy with myself
It's like,
right now.
it's like once a game. We have to have... Okay, anyway.
How
So-
big is that pot? And if it's not huge, I'm going to find one that is bigger so we can make food for everyone.
Okay, yeah, you can easily get your hands on a big enough cooking supplies in here for that.
So Mord is not bad at cooking, but he's not very good. He mostly works with meat. He's very good with that.
What are you two making?
Um,
You're the only two
what
that will
should
really
we
fit in the kitchen at once, probably.
We
Let's
should
see.
make soup.
soup. We make soup so much. Let's make something different and unique. Let's see. Let's make a
Soup is
curry.
basically all Mord knows how to make.
We're going to make
He
curry.
knows how to-
If
I
you
will
do
cook
it
you
right,
slabs
it's
of
super
meat.
yummy.
He knows
We're
how to
making-
cook slabs of meat and soup.
We're making curry. I'll tell you what to do.
He has no idea
Oh,
what curry
no.
is.
None of you know what curry is except Nissa, probably. So, let's see. Nissa, go ahead and make an intelligence or wisdom check, and Mord make the same for I don't
You let
know.
him smell any of the spices beforehand.
Sure, if you want.
Right. He's gonna start making something else for himself in the background. He'll still help, but
Okay. So both of you
So-
make those checks.
intelligence or wisdom.
That's what I said, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't tell if you said both or pick one or what.
It's
Or-
probably, I think either one is kind of applicable for understanding instructions.
That's probably true. Yeah, 21 wisdom.
Okay. And actually, upon second thought, and this is, you're gonna like me for this anyway, Carissa, but realistically, that should be a charisma check.
Yay! I like charisma.
Because it should
One
be. In trying to use leadership skills to teach somebody how to make something should probably be charisma, not... Charisma
Yeah,
or
it
wisdom.
really should. Having spent a lot of time attempting to teach people and
13.
failing utterly, yeah, charisma.
What'd you get?
13. It would have been way worse if it was intelligence or wisdom.
Okay. Yeah, you guys managed to get a pretty decent curry and also probably just some meat in a pan for Mord. With
Yeah,
some
pretty much.
spices.
I
But
mean, I was going to make a meat curry, so...
well, yeah, but he still decided
Yeah.
to make his own thing anyway for some reason.
Well, because I don't like curry in real life, so Mord probably isn't gonna like it in the game.
Mord
Really?
also doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's very scared of that.
Oh.
But he smelled some of the spices, and
You
they
don't
didn't
like
smell particularly
curry?
appetizing. No, I
Chocolate
don't.
peanut butter soda.
There's something wrong with you.
Well,
Is this a bad time to bring up that I also do not like curry?
Neither do I.
Oh no! We're all heathens.
What?
I like raw fish though.
Oh no! Ew! God, get out of here.
Yeah, no, sushi is good, man.
Nasty.
Yes, sushi is
stuff.
amazing. How can you not like curry?
I-
Have you guys just had bad curry?
Maybe.
Probably.
No, my mom's really good at making curry. I just don't like it.
Anyways.
Hey, Will, you're a heathen. I don't like all curry, but some curry is really good. Curry that
I have
really
I
isn't
have
spicy
not
at
yet
all.
had a curry that I enjoyed.
We're all trying curry at my house.
Oh
My
no.
dad
shit.
makes the best curry.
We shouldn't have said that, Will. Anyway.
I mean, I
Hey,
would have.
Carissa, I will have it as long as it isn't spicy at all. I can't do anything spicy.
Isn't that like the point of curry, though?
I could have him do peanut butter curry.
Just
But
like the soda he's drinking. Anyway, so let's get back to the game here. So you serve curry.
Food, Crucian.
You serve curry at the table. Willow and Flaw do not come down.
I'll go find them.
Oh, I was just gonna take them food upstairs.
No.
You're
I'm
one of
gonna
those
find them.
parents. Okay. I see. One of the
No.
nice parents who's like, keep having fun, I'll get some food on a paper plate.
Bad
Or doesn't
time to
care
mention
about
that
the
my
meeting
dad
upstairs.
just brought
he
me
just knows
pizza.
that Flaw doesn't want to be up there.
Okay. So you head upstairs. It's a little cramped on the second floor for you. It looks like it was probably originally built for probably either humans or dwarves. But you
So
managed.
someone shorter than me.
Yes. Either smaller humans or dwarves. Yeah. So you head over and there's 3 doors.
I just stand in the hallway. Hey, Flaw, you there?
Just a moment.
Alright, we got food downstairs. Hurry or we're gonna eat it.
You hear a crash as things fall over and giggling.
You okay?
Everything's fine. Just-
Alright.
Just kind of stuck.
What?
Just kind of stuck.
I walk over to the door.
As you open the door, you are presented with a disaster of artisanal supplies. There is an easel sort of up against the corner of the room that's kind of leaning up and doesn't have anything on it. There are paints scattered all over, closed most of them, but some of them aren't, and they're kind of on little precarious shelves. There's a small bed underneath all of it. There's a carpet that looks like it once used to be a solid color, but it's impossible to tell what that color was, as it's covered in paint from various...
Basically no idea what's going on
From-
here, because paint is not a thing he's really experienced.
from years of projects. However, what catches your attention is over on the other side of the room, there is one of those, those sort of chain pulley systems on curtains? Anyone seen any
I
of...
know.
Okay.
Vaguely.
Well,
Sorry, what is it? Like a
some fancier curtains in fancier houses, instead of having like a little string that you pull to pull up the curtain, they have like a little tiny chain.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Just pull a different side of it instead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that thing.
They have those in my church. They're like 10 feet tall and they're awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, Flaw, who her face is half painted green, has a horn tangled up in the curtain and the curtain chain, and you can see that Willow is attempting to remove it, and they just look over and you can see Willow has green paint up her entire right arm.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold
hey!
Still. Hold still. I go over and I help untangle Flaw from the... Mortis very used to getting untangled from things like
Make a
pillows
dexterity
or
check.
anything his face gets near.
Make a dexterity check.
18.
This room's kind of crowded.
18.
Okay, you managed to do it without knocking anything over, without getting tangled up yourself.
Yeah.
And you all head downstairs. Flaw just says, I've never seen that much paint in one place. Where did you get all of that? Oh, Mom got it for me. Sorry? All of it? Yeah, it's great. There's a great guy in town who has a whole bunch of it, and she gets paid really well for telling the future and stuff. It's amazing. And as you guys head down into the main room, you guys all begin to hear that conversation. Curry, sir.
Where are we exactly?
What do you mean?
I just don't understand what this building is.
It's my girlfriend's house.
Okay. That doesn't help.
He's, our words are failing.
Why are there children here? And
Ford has no idea what any
just
of this
generally
means.
don't understand what's going on.
Why wouldn't there be children?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm asking you. And like, what is this that you've made? What is this?
It's called curry.
Who came up with this?
I couldn't tell you who exactly came up with it.
I've never heard of it.
I learned about it on my travels.
Okay. Weird.
Should try some.
Fine.
Very good.
I do try some.
You try a bit of the curry.
It is... You get quite a reaction. Very, very confused. Doesn't really understand what's going on. Never had anything like that remotely before.
Mord seems to be in a constant state of confusion.
Oh yeah, that's how he feels.
I can relate. So, as you finish up the curry, Flaw and Willow spend an unusual amount of time talking about a lot of things. Flaw seems to have a very seems to have the idea that parents don't really buy you things just because they're cool. They buy you things because they're useful. And Willow is dispelling that myth immediately by showing her lots of paints and mostly art supplies, actually.
Mord's just like overhearing this and is just confused by the concept of parents buying you things.
Willow's about 12, by the way, it looks like. And there's quite an age gap there, so it's kind of funny to see Flaw being taught things by the 12-year-old. But dinner goes surprisingly well, and about an hour later, even though it's a pretty late dinner, all things considered.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's about when I normally eat.
Same.
Well, I mean, okay. For me, that's late, and also for people in this time period, you pretty much ate right before the sun went down, and that's how things were. And the sun goes down at like 6.
Nissa made enough for Jonas and Sienna for when they get back too.
Alright. Yeah, about an hour later, there's a knock at the door.
I'll go check it.
You head over and look out the window, and you can't really see much because it's a little dark out there. The figures don't seem to be carrying a light. But there are...
I can see.
That's true. I'm stupid. Yeah, you can see okay. But there appear to be 3 figures, all about humanish height. And they are all, from what you can see, wearing... the 2 in the back are wearing guard uniforms. And one in the front looks like, is wearing kind of this long, kind of flowing robe. And you can't see much of the face, as there's kind of there's a cowl over the front.
This worries me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to open the
Nissa,
door
who's
only
there?
slightly.
You open the door
Guys, stay
slightly.
back there.
Excuse me, I believe this is the home of, checks a note.
Upon hearing "just stay back there," I wander into the next room and grab my weapons.
Okay. I believe this is the home of, Frost Baby.
Yes.
Is, Is she home right now?
No.
I see. Please give her this, and hands over a letter.
Okay.
I ask only for her to listen to my story. Out of curiosity, who might you be?
A very close friend of hers.
Just gives a grim nod, then steps back. Have a good night. Keep the snow out of your... or however the saying goes. Turns around and leaves. The other two following behind.
I close and lock the door again.
You all return to your merrymaking. Or whatever, what have you. What are you all doing after dinner?
Got any alcohol?
Probably.
Definitely.
Yeah, that.
I am going to, quote,
Delphi.
go the fuck to sleep.
Okay, where?
My favorite children's book.
I'm...
Good night, Theobald, is what it's called.
I was hoping for that.
It's called
No,
Good Night,
you said-
Shropfer.
Do you not remember that?
No, I don't.
Not heard the children's book, Crucian?
No.
Oh, there is a children's
Oh.
book called Go the Fuck
Oh.
to Sleep.
Is there
Oh.
an, oh my god, really?
Oh, I
yeah,
know
it's
it.
amazing.
Isn't
Oh,
that
God.
one of the ones your mom read for a coffee house?
Maybe.
Yes,
I think
yes,
you
I
read it.
remember that vividly.
Jesus
That
Christ.
makes me very proud. I'm sad I forgot about it.
It was at Bridging
Wow.
when we were in Kentucky.
Oh man. Oh yeah,
Anyway.
I remember that.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't, hey, Nissa,
Mm-hmm.
is there a place that I could go to sleep? I am very, very tired.
Yeah. We have guest rooms, right?
Yeah. The house is... It's not huge, but it's big for this town.
Yeah.
It's big for anywhere not in the city. So you get one of the fairly unused guest rooms ready, and Theobald, you go off to sleep. Is everyone else staying up, or are they going to sleep too?
I mean, I'm staying up until Sienna comes back.
All right. Willow has
I'm
also
doing
made
some
the
drinking.
declaration to do that. You find some nice dwarven ales in the cupboard, which is up near
I
the
don't know what
ceiling.
those are. I'm gonna try them.
Oh no.
Willow did what? I'm sorry, my phone went off and I didn't hear you.
Willow has also made the declaration to stay up until Sienna gets home.
Oh, okay.
We'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
I'm
So.
gonna show Willow Delphi.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That's the rest of the night. That's the rest of the night is that. As that and Flaw just be looking highly uncomfortable by her surroundings. So as you're all sitting around, things don't really quiet down from at least the pet side of the room. But eventually, around midnight, Willow does in fact fall asleep on the hearthrug with the fox cat, who the fox cat has been bothering the hound dog for the last hour, and the hound dog has been slightly irritated, but not really otherwise that concerned about it.
When Willow falls asleep, I drape a blanket over her.
Okay. Flaw looks tired too, but is still sitting up at the table. So you lived here? You just could live here. For how long?
A few years.
Goodness, so what is this? Why did you ever leave? Amazing.
Mord, by the
Because I
way,
wanted
is
to
slightly
travel
drunk.
more.
You've got so much room here. Great.
Honestly, I'm with Maud. I mean,
You think this is amazing? Wait till we get to Oon.
Really? I mean, the only house I've ever seen, even near this size, was the Chief's Longhouse back where I'm from. And I was like, this is still big.
Maud, what are you drinking?
I don't know.
Oh no, Maud. She
I
takes
think I'm. How much has he had?
Flaw
not
picks
a lot.
Flaw picks up the bottle, and just looks over it and says, "Oh, for God's sake, you can't have a dried ale this late in the day. This stuff will get you completely blasted."
What?
Puts-
Good.
No more for you. If he still has some in his cup, I take it away.
Okay.
Hey, that's not fair.
Ultimate mom friend.
Oh, that was good.
Yes, I know it's good.
Why are you so mean?
Wait a minute. Again with the kid knowing this.
My dad used to drink this stuff all the time. This is something you get only in the port towns. Are you... Wait. And she turns. Sort of, realization dawning. Your girlfriend's rich, isn't she?
Yes.
She's a crazy rich person.
Crazy rich person.
She is
What's that?
That's not the... Why can't I remember what she is?
Soothsayer.
Okay.
It's her title, at least.
Soothsayer? She's a truthsayer.
Soothsayer, sorry.
A sooth, sorry.
Soothsayer, yeah. Basically
Sounded
the same
like you
thing.
said truth.
Oh well, TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak cuts
Garbles.
like half of everything.
Which is why it's great that we use it to play this game.
Yeah.
But we do anyway.
I am just somehow, for some reason, and I don't know why, thinking about Aragon.
I don't know why either. Anyway,
Say Soothsayer.
yeah, I don't know. Wait,
You okay?
it's a traditional. Never mind.
I know it's a traditional thing, but that's the only other place that I've seen it used.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Along.
Is there a soothsayer in Aragon?
Yes. Well, someone who calls themselves one.
Huh.
Remember in the Galbatorix's.
Oh no, that's a. Oh yeah, no, I remember now. No, that's only the place though. It's called the Hall of the Soothsayer, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Anyway,
Hell,
but
maybe
yeah, I
think of
forgot
it.
about that. I forgot about that. Anyway, so back on track here. He says, "I've never met a rich person that wasn't garbage. I hope I'm about to."
You are. Once she gets back.
I don't think I've ever met a rich person.
I mean, I was rich.
But I don't have met a rich person.
Well, in fairness, Maud, you also thought until recently you'd never met an elf.
Well, until recently I hadn't.
I mean, okay. How recently is recently for you?
When I met Nissa.
I know, but that was like a month ago.
Yeah, that's not that long.
Okay, alright.
That's
What?
really not that long.
Well, of course you'd say that. You're like 7 million years old or something.
Yeah, Nissa. What's with that? Why do you get to be like 7 million years old?
Nissa laughs.
I want to be 7 million years old.
Wouldn't that be
Once I
something to
was
see?
7 billion years old.
There's one downside to being this old. You watch friends die. Grow old.
Oh.
And
Oh, you had to get all morbid with it, didn't you? We were just having a laugh. Christ, are all elves this morose all the time?
I wouldn't know.
no.
Oh, you were talking to her.
At this point, the door slams open.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Who's there?
And
Ford
you-
sits up
and you
reaches
all-
for the mace that he forgot is not next to him anymore.
And you all hear two pairs of footsteps moving in, one kind of quietly, the other stumbling and running into things.
Does the storming the door open wake me up? Probably does.
Yeah, you have very finely tuned senses, so yes, it does
I
immediately.
jump out of bed and run downstairs.
As soon as the door flies open, I get up and walk towards the door.
All right. Now, those of you who make your way over there, can see.
Am I included in this, or am I
Yes.
like next? Okay.
You can see. You can see a very probably about 5 foot, maybe a little shorter, dwarven woman with long brown, like dark brown hair that's sort of tough and in some places looks like it was attempted to be curled into some sort of shape, but has just stubbornly stayed in this kind of coarse knot. And you can see she's kind of has very flushed cheeks, is kind of stumbling a little ways, wearing some, semi-casual garb that has the occasional little bone charm or something on the edges of it in place of a button.
I wonder what she's been up to
And
tonight.
is carrying a sort of half quarter staff that she's currently using to stabilize herself. And behind her is this lanky teenager, another high elf with with brown hair.
elf.
What?
Said high elf.
I didn't mean to. Half elf, who has like sort of light brown hair and is looking kind of nervous. And
Nissa raises her eyebrow.
as she stumbles in and goes, I didn't stay out too long. It hasn't been. Well, bless my beard. Look who's home early. Stumbles forward slightly. In the back, Jonas looks really excited, but also just sort of mouths, "She's had way too much."
Nissa snickers.
Look who's home early, and she just dashes at you. Hang on, let me make a dexterity check to see if she notices the landing of this doorway. Yeah, she manages to not trip, and just runs into you, knocks you back about a foot.
Wow.
I missed you. I really, really missed you. You was gone a good long time.
Yep. I'm not here for too long, though. We're on our way to Un.
Oh, why?
I'll
Oh,
We
explain
have more
when-
than one reason.
I'll explain in the morning when you've sobered up a bit.
Moving on from that.
What?
Sienna just sort of sags against you, kind of almost falling, and then steadies herself.
Sorry, what did you say? Did you say moving Un from that?
No, shut up.
Two need to stop.
They do. They have no respect. Anyway,
I'm probably gonna come up with at least doing more.
no
before the end of
respect
the
for the
session.
moment.
I don't know. I like these puns. I think they're pretty awesome.
Oh, you guys are really not gonna like what's gonna happen next.
But it's a
So,
bit more difficult. We're going
Jonas
to have to be
closes the
creative.
door behind you. And she sort of sags against you and goes, "You were gone for so long. I have so much work to do. I'm very tired, actually."
Let's
Where's
get
your
you
bedroom?
upstairs.
No, I can stay up. It's really not a problem.
Mord walks over and picks her up.
I
both-
give him directions to the bedroom. This is
He's
Mord,
drunk,
by
but
the
he's
way.
not wasted. He's good.
As Mord picks her up, this is Mord, by the way. Her room is that
Hello.
way, and I give directions.
Hi, hello, Moore. I like you.
That's very nice. Let's go to bed.
I think
This
maybe you are going to do a great job.
Yep, sure. I'm good. I'm great. I'm the best. I'm super good at my job.
Have
Come
we met yet, or was that something that was going to happen?
Yes, we haven't met then. We're
I-
going to do that yesterday.
That's
Good
good. The door closes behind her as you get her up to the bedroom. Meanwhile, Jonas is looking very uncomfortable. Jonas
Just kind of
is
drops her on her bed and leaves.
Jonas has longish hair, kind of it's sort of very long and lanky with very like long arms, and kind of is still very puffy at the moment in this gigantic coat, and has a pair of square glasses just on the edge of his nose.
Nissa holds up open her arms for a hug.
Immediately, cautiously, not cautiously, apprehensively, that's the word I'm looking for, moves up and gives you a hug and says, "Oh, you're back. It's been a little while, hasn't it?
Yes.
You haven't been gone too long, but, well, I don't know. Sienna seems to see a lot more things when you're not here, and it seems like longer."
Oh.
Mord comes wandering back downstairs. She was very drunk.
Yeah, she really wanted to go to this party, and I really didn't think it was a good idea.
You
But
were right.
But she told me that it was going to be okay, and, well, that happened. I went to...
almost slips down a stair on the way down.
Normally, she's really good about stopping, but I guess she was just a little stressed from work, and, well, that happened.
Right.
Nissa, who are these people?
They're
We're
some friends
traveling
I've met.
friends.
That's loud.
I'm Mord. I'm an orc. Hi.
I can see that. Hi, I'm Jonas. Nice to
Hi,
meet you.
Jonas. It's nice to meet you. Are
well,
you
that-
an elf too?
No, not fully, anyway.
What does that mean?
Oh, well, me mum was an elf, and me dad was a human, so I'm kind of, a bit
Where
of,
did all these elves come from? Like the
Okay.
other day there just weren't any elves, and now there's elves all over the place.
Mord.
Mord, I think it's time for you to
Mord.
go to bed.
Mord.
Why?
The elves didn't come. You went to the elves.
Whoa.
Oh,
I need to go to sleep now.
yes, you do.
You think?
You
I
can
think you've hit the nail right on the head.
Where do I sleep? Over here? He walks into the other room and lays down in front of the fire again.
I
as,
guess I was gonna put you in the same room as Theobald, but
He's
sure.
asleep.
as the
That'll work right
as they're
there
dealing
where
with
he
that,
is.
Jonas sits down next to Pavu at the kitchen table.
That's Pavu. I point
Hi.
to Pavu.
Hi.
And then just sort of jaw falls slightly open at the sight of Flaw on the other side of the table, who just says, "Sup."
That's
Hi.
Flaw, and this is Theobald.
I've
Theobald.
never sort of just looks down at the table, just completely surprised. Flaw says, "Yes, I know. I'm a demon. Hello." Hi. At this point, you all manage to get everyone to sleep, or at least the equivalent of sleep. And the next morning, you all have had a long rest. You're all feeling weary from your travels, but at least awake. Yeah, you all wake up next morning.
Mord wanders over to everyone the next morning, looks at Theobald and Nissa, and just goes, "What the hell was I talking about last night?
We
I
don't
was-
want to know.
I was way more drunk than I should have been. I was weird."
That's not new. You probably don't need to know or want to know. Let's just leave it at
No,
that.
I mostly remember. I just don't understand it.
Neither did anyone else.
Okay, sounds about right. Okay, let's see. Breakfast, and he reaches into his backpack and just pulls out a big slab of meat.
Well, as you head downstairs, actually, you see in the kitchen, there's already a pot on the stove, and the handle of the spoon is turning itself.
That's wrong.
And you, and you can see on the other side of the room, dark circles under her eyes. Sienna is sitting at the table drinking coffee.
Oh, hey, you're awake.
Morning. What was your name again?
My name is Mord. You're
Ah,
Sienna,
right, Mord Frostspear. Sorry.
Yeah, that one. Wait, how'd How'd you know that? I
Sorry?
didn't tell you my last name.
Oh, you didn't? Sorry, I get these things confused. Thanks for confirming it, though. Nissa! She gets up. Oh, it's nice to see you when I can actually think straight.
Yeah.
How was
Orc
your
goes
trip?
and has a look in the pot.
It was good.
It
We
definitely
ran into a
looks...
bit of trouble at one point.
It definitely looks like it was more eventful than usual.
Definitely.
I'll admit, it's been a good long time since I've seen an Orog.
I'm only half.
Ah, that makes sense. I would have at least accounted for another 6 inches on your height. That makes complete sense. Sorry, I'm being rude. My name's Sienna Frostmantle. I'm the chief soothsayer here in the city. I say chief, basically the only one left at this point. People call on me to tell their fortunes of sorts. Although, of late, I've been very busy with work.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sienna, you're very fascinating. I'd like to hear more from you in a second. But Nissa, reminded me of this that fuck, microphone is not very sensitive. This conversation.
What's a microphone?
It's a thing that we use. Humans are not very loud.
Now this I know.
Humans have to have microphones at all
Yes.
times.
Has anyone seen Potato Said?
Yes, I'm ignoring it.
Nissa, I realize I never asked. What was the trip you were on?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
I was just exploring. Usually what I do.
She tends to go out in places where she's not supposed to be and pokes her nose into things and tends to look at the landscape. You'd think someone who lived this long might have better sense than to travel alone, but she doesn't.
No, I wouldn't.
Nissa
No,
rolls her
no.
eyes.
Oh,
And,
you know it's
poking her
true,
nose in
dear.
Places where it shouldn't be certainly seems to be her thing.
Entirely the case. She's been like this as long as I've known her.
Well, she certainly hasn't changed. Then
It's not been gone too long. Only a couple of months. I was expecting her to be gone way longer than that. She tends to lose track of time. You know
when
elves.
you live that long, you know, makes sense.
Lord,
What?
you're not drunk, you don't have an excuse.
Wow.
Don't have an excuse for what?
I think we'd best get some breakfast, eh?
Yes, I
Sounds
agree.
good.
Ah yes. What are you making? Is it curry?
No, I wouldn't make curry for breakfast.
I don't know these things.
Alright, don't worry, we'll have everything ready, Master Orc. Just give me a few minutes.
What?
Are the kids up yet?
Oh no, no, you kept them up far too... I mean, well, I kept them up late. My bad. So I got a little carried away last night. I was just expecting to go over for a little while and, well, I got in talking with some people and, you know, there was a bit more ale than I was expecting and I might... She looks down kind of slightly ashamed at the table. I don't usually do that, trust me. Bad example. Bad example. But you know, Willow can take care of herself. Willow can take care of herself. I wasn't really worried.
I think that's rude.
Wasn't really worried about Willow either, but Jonas seemed very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have taken him, but he's old enough, you know, to have a few ales here and there with me, so I just thought might be a good, you know, he doesn't go out very much, and I just thought it didn't go as I was expecting. Oh well, point is, nothing bad happened. And most of my clients are okay waiting an extra day to deal with my hangovers, so should be alright. Where are you planning to go next? Or are you staying here for a little while?
We'll stay here for a little bit, but we're on our way to Un.
Oh, what on earth do you want to go to that hard place for? Yes, I know you've got your thing there and everything, but it's still, I don't like it. Bad influence, if you ask me.
Well, we've got Flaw with us, and I figured that Zephin and Jada would be two of the best people to take care of her.
I'm sorry, you've got who? At this point, Flaw enters the kitchen.
Oh, look at
Morning!
that. Convenient timing.
Well,
That's plot convenient.
That is absolutely plot convenient, if I do say so myself. I assume you must be Flaw. Yep, that's me. Long, exaggerated yawn that shows off very sharp fangs. What's for breakfast?
That's what I was just saying.
Well, actually, over here I've got mostly beans, although I had some eggs. Well, we're gonna see what we've got left. I have been buying as much as I usually do since Nissa hasn't been here. But
I have meat.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Oh, this is just a bit. I got more in the bag.
You just carry it like, alright.
I wrap it in cloth, you know, I'm not that bad.
I mean, I know you're a hunter, but what kind of past did you have exactly? I mean, other than getting, you know, involved with this lot.
I grew up in the Frostbeard tribe up north, very far north. What's a landmark that I could give that it would be past?
I mean, it's in the Cold Light Timberland, and it's nothing really for a northern landmark, but
okay, here's a thing: the southern or northern part of the Timberland.
Probably the southern half.
Okay.
You're far north, but you're not in like far reaches north.
Yeah. I can still say we were up in the Cold Light, the Timberland.
Aye, which country that is?
Yeah, well, yeah. Didn't run into many of them up there, but yeah, I heard about them. We're hunters, mammoth hunters.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That much I can tell. I'm a bit of a complicated sort myself, magic-wise, but I tend to get glimpses of the future occasionally. I wish they could be a little more helpful, though. Sometimes they're a bit random. I can concentrate and try to find what I'm looking for, but it's usually very confusing and difficult.
You can. I actually have a request.
Oh boy, here we go. I ain't doing it for free.
No, it's fine. I didn't expect you to. I can do something for you. I don't really know how much money I have, but I could do something. I've recently come across some magic of my own, and I kind of hold out my hand. This showed up, and then I could do magic.
She looks down at the sort of sun-like gear that is emblazoned upon you. That...
I don't really know much about it. I was hoping you might.
I'm afraid that's not something I'm familiar with. It's not often you'll find a symbol I haven't picked up in a book somewhere, but that one's new. I mean, gear suggests some sort of machinery, possibly a gnomish invention. They like clockwork. Possibly dwarves, but you say you can do magic now.
Have been related to the forge and making things. That is my trade.
Huh. Well, where on earth you got that, I'm afraid I can't say based on just this, but...
It just showed up one day.
That is odd. It's possible you've been chosen by something or someone. That seems the most likely option for me, but...
Well, that doesn't sound like fun.
What did you do that was noteworthy before that?
I was just a smith.
Nothing that stands out as being an important landmark in your life that you can think of.
I mean, I was a pretty good smith. I love to mess with things that seemed unconventional, but...
Curiosity. Well, maybe that's enough for whatever this... I mean, or you're just the subject of some random anomaly. It can happen sometimes. The gods are picky, and occasionally their magic gets out of control. Never know, you might have just been chosen by someone, although getting random abilities like this, generally you get some sort of message, from what my understanding.
I don't think I've had much yet, but...
When I was chosen as a Soothsayer,
There was something odd, actually.
Oh, go on.
When I first met Flaw, she was sick, and I tried to heal her. It worked, but I saw something. I actually only sort of remember. What was it? Was it like a shadowy outline of a figure backlit by flames?
Yes.
And what was the outline kind of like? Did it have horns and stuff?
Sort of just humanoid. Was probably, I'm pretty sure that was all you could make out from that.
Okay. Well, I'll describe it best I can.
Well, I have to admit, that is the exact opposite of specific and helpful, but I'll keep something out. I'll see if I hear anything about something like that.
Thank you. Is there anything I can do to pay you back for that?
Oh no, by all means, dear. If it's just information you want, I can get you that much. Me and Nissa go way back. If you're a friend of hers, you're a friend of mine.
Alright, thank you. That's very kind.
Yeah, now what's going on in the town with the Inquisition? That's the right word, right?
Yeah, it is. Well, Uto's gone a bit paranoid lately, honestly. Been sending people all over the place. Honestly, I haven't been paying too much attention, as, you know, I have a license. I don't need to worry about it, but... Well, you know, you hear things when you're in my profession, and, word's out there that she's not just looking for witches, she's looking for someone specific. Hence their recent activity. They've been putting out notice boards all over the place. I mean, witchcraft's always been on a sort of unofficially illegal, but they've done a real crackdown. Caught several people. It was very sad, really, but there's nothing I can really do to oppose the Inquisition. I'm told that the Jarl's not too happy, but you know there's nothing he can do.
Yeah.
The Inquisition does what they're going to do. But other than that, it hasn't been too bad. Just a lot more regulation than's expected, and some sort of forcible trade removal, which it hasn't made the Merchants Guild happy at all.
I would expect not. You know who exactly she's looking for?
Well, no, it's just a rumor that she must be looking for someone, or she wouldn't have stepped it up this high. Someone dangerous, as far as I can tell. But there's really no other explanation for the increased interest in... It's not just here. There have been some other towns, too. I've heard they've been moving steadily west.
We ran into, or I ran into some witch hunters.
Their recruitment's gone way out of the clouds recently. People thinking they can make a quick coin.
I'll be back in a minute.
Alright.
Yeah.
People thinking maybe they can make a quick coin off looking for spellcasters. Most of them are idiots. Wouldn't be able to take a witch in a fight if they saw one. But you never know. Sometimes desperate people do desperate things.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I'm expecting a client. If you hear a knock at the door, just let me know.
Okay.
You guys eat breakfast, talk a little bit, Flaw and Sienna talk a little bit, and the kids eventually come down and eat. There is no knock at the door, however. And as it approaches noon, what do you guys want to do today? What is your objective?
Well, Mord. I don't know why I just rolled that R.
Mord is not here.
Mord.
He's
Mord,
not
what
here.
the fuck? Mord, what have you done with yourself? Mord, have you put
Will
cotton in your
walked away.
ears?
Mord's ears are filled with cotton. Roll initiative. No. Well, in that case, I guess we'll wait for Will to get back. Should only be a moment. Hopefully.
I would like to maybe get a crossbow. It would help with hunting.
What to do?
We could go shopping, I guess.
Oh no. Another one.
There's way more shopping in this. Usually if we need something, we'd steal it in the other one.
That's true. Oh no. You guys just sound worse and worse.
I mean, the quartet sounds like this party compared to Jaden's other party,
Yeah.
which is terrifying.
Yeah, Jaden's party is bad.
He DMs it, so I feel so bad for him.
What a disaster that sounded like. Well, if you're looking to go buy a crossbow, I can assure you the finest weapons you're gonna find are gonna be over in the market district. Probably, I mean, a lot of the smiths don't really work here. A lot of the weapon crafters just end up coming through, but I'm sure you'll find somebody in the bazaar.
I know
Are you
that
s-
longbows are expensive, and I don't really have that much money. Could I borrow some money from you, Nissa?
Yeah. But
Think
I
that
figured
it
we'd
would-
all go together, or at least a few of us, because I know my way around.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be caught out in the street for some random questions from an Inquisition officer. Especially given your particular talents, dear. She takes a sip of coffee.
How do you know?
Sorry?
How do you know that?
Know what?
What I can do? I haven't done anything in front of you.
Oh, I guess now that you mention it, I suppose you haven't yet. Sorry, my bad.
Nissa giggles.
Sorry, bit of an awkward household sometimes. Well, once or twice I've punished the kids for things they haven't done yet, and they get really confused. Willow looks like extremely grouchy on the other side of the room and says, "You definitely wouldn't have found out about that." Oh, but I would have. Definitely would have.
Do I know what they're referring to?
No, not specifically.
What did you almost do this time?
I was gonna paint your room
Why?
because it needed more paint. It did not need more paint. You just got paint and got excited. Maybe.
That's the same thing.
I was gonna do it. She got me a day before I even did it. It wasn't fair. It was entirely fair.
No, actually, it wasn't fair.
Oh,
you
great.
should have let her. You should have let her paint it. It would have been fun.
Oh, yeah, it would have been fun, except when Nissa got home and I had to pay to get it removed.
Oh, it would have been extremely fun for everybody but you.
She just glares.
You see, that was one of my favorite jobs. I don't remember exactly why we did it, but in my the Thieves Guild that I used to be a part of, we had to go on a mission just to aggravate. Oh, it was because a noble lost a bet. I was told to go and sneak in and repaint his entire house. All the walls hot pink.
How did that go exactly?
Oh, perfectly. It was a very complex plan. It was executed brilliantly, and we ended up, yes, his entire house was painted hot
Operation
pink.
Pink Panther.
Oh, yes. It was the entire house was painted hot pink. All 5 stories of it, and
5 stories? Where on earth are you from, lad?
oh, that was far away. We went far away for some of our things. It was a heck of a bet. It's a long, long story.
You sound like you were involved in quite the guild.
I was.
Well, I won't judge.
Glad I'm not anymore.
Everyone's got their own ways of making money. Mine
Well,
is
you
making
see-
up people's futures, or seeing them if I'm lucky. And yours is painting people's rooms pink.
Well, most of the business involved a lot more killing than that. But I couldn't stomach. But painting people's houses pink was always a high point.
I glance at Willow to see what her reaction to this is.
I was literally about to say. Willow is just like looking down at her plate, kind of pretending she's not listening.
Don't get any ideas, little girl.
I wasn't.
Uh-huh.
She grins. On the other side of the
No
room.
painting people's rooms can't go wrong.
Oh, I think it could. On the other side of the room, Jonas adjusts his glasses and turns the page of his book, pretending not to listen. Well, if you want money for a crossbow, I'm sure I could probably lend you the coin. What type of crossbow are you looking to buy?
I was looking for a longbow.
Oh, so not a crossbow then. That's a bit more pricey. You might be able to get your hands on one. Let's see what I've got here. Digs around in a coin purse. Well, it really depends on how many longbows you can find for sale, but I imagine this should get you what you're looking for, and hands over a pouch with 70 gold in it. Don't spend it all in one place, unless you have to, of course.
I won't.
Good luck then. And I myself should probably get to some work. Although, Nissa, I was going to ask you actually, while you're in town, you all don't happen to have any, I notice you have a bit of a need for money. You don't happen to need any work, do you?
Work would be nice.
I have a rather interesting customer. He's supposed to come by sometime today. He seems a bit of a shady sort, but I feel like he's being honest with us. He needs help with something.
Oh, right. Here, someone stopped by and told me to give you this. I give her the note.
Oh, well.
Something about he wants you to just hear his story.
She opens the letter and reads it. Aye, looks like he stopped by a day early then.
Oh, was that him?
Yeah, looks like it. If you're willing to stay... Oh... And she's looking over the note and closes it again and says, on second thought, I don't think we're going to get him over here until nightfall. At least, he's probably not going to want to be seen in the streets. Why don't you all do your shopping and we'll talk to him come nightfall. If he's a bit of a problem, I'll be able to deal with him.
Alright.
But in the meantime, I've probably got some other work to do, so I'm going to go upstairs. And Willow and Jonas, I believe you have something you need to attend to as well? They both nod and start moving around and getting papers and pencils from underneath various shelves. Fortunately, laying out schoolwork is a lot more easy to do when you know how they're going to do on the tests beforehand. Good luck. And she heads upstairs.
How would you guys like to put off your homework for a little bit and come shopping?
Yes! Willow immediately looks extremely excited. Still has her face partially painted from last night. Over from his book, Jonas looks up and goes, "Oh, we might get in trouble. She might not like that."
He'll be fine.
Alright, I'll come.
That's what I figured.
So, you all head out into town, I assume?
Is everyone coming?
Well, Will's still not back yet, but we'll assume he's coming.
Yeah.
Theobald and Pavu, are you coming?
I know Pavu is, but is Theobald?
Hans, you probably muted your mic again by accident. Hans? Earth to Hans.
Did he leave too?
If he did, he didn't say anything. At least I don't think. Hans! Well...
Hey, I'm back.
Hey, Will, are you going with them into town? They're going
is it the next day? No, of course it's the next day. It was. Whole timeline screwed up in my head. Yeah.
We're going shopping.
Alright, we will... yeah, Hans did drop. Awesome, cool. So yeah, we are actually, I think, I know you just got back, Will, but
Are we going to take our break?
I think we're going to take our break here. We will be back in about 15, maybe a little sooner, I don't know. And we shall, wow, once again, the party of 4 is going to take 2 half-elven children to go shopping in the market. Feels like old times, eh, everybody?
Child.
Oh, and a tiefling child, that's true. Which,
Oh, we took the children?
yep,
Well,
Awesome.
you didn't have to, but you did.
Deanna told Willow and Jonas to do homework, and Nissa said, "Why don't we go shopping instead?"
Fair enough. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we will be back from our break in a little bit. Yeah, see you in about 15.
Okay.
And we're back. Sorry that took a little longer than expected. So, blame Hans. Hashtag blame Hans
Oh, quick
2018.
question. How late are we playing?
Not that late. I think Will has to go at 10, right?
I could probably stay later than that, but not by a lot. I would like to be in bed around 11-ish.
Cool. Okay, so, yeah. That-ish, yeah.
Or maybe 10:30.
Yeah. So, you all head out into the snow. A lot of it's melted, actually. There's not a whole bunch of snow on the ground here. The cobblestones help with that. And you all head out into the streets, heading in the direction of the market, I assume.
Sure.
So, as you all make your way, you can see the occasional guard posted. And you reach the market square, which has... The little bazaar has kind of a lot of...
What the hell? Oh. God.
What?
I don't know what's wrong with me. For a second, I swear you said guard post-it, like post-it note. I'm like, what
No.
the fuck is he talking about?
A guard post-it note. Yeah, just on the lamp
That's what I
poles
had
everywhere.
misheard.
In this town, the post-its
God.
keep everyone safe.
Anyway.
Post-its are the law.
Okay, moving
So anyway,
swiftly on.
And you can see this occasional cart around a small stand where people are selling stuff. There's a few larger shops, but most of them seem to be very nomadic in terms of their setups. Many of the carts are draped in furs and things to keep the heat in from the little fires they have going or whatever is inside for warmth. And you can see that there is a weapon crafter who has a couple fine pieces of mostly ranged weapons. But there's the occasional piece of metal glinting amongst the cold. As you head over, you can see the rather short, looks like a wizened old balding kobold that just looks up and goes, "Ah, so you're looking to buy weapons, are ya?
Yes.
Let me take a guess. You would like a short bow." He
Is
points
he
at
talking
Mord.
to-
Points
No.
at Mord. Damn, well, I tried my best.
We're looking for a longbow for her. I point at Pavu.
Ah, the finest witch bow you'll see this side of Cold Light. Let's see. Pulls out a, let's call it refurbished longbow. It looks functional. I fixed this up myself on the edge of the border. Took a long time to get it back here, see? I'm gonna have to ask, well, let's call it, twirls the small graying kind of whisker-like mustache that he has. He's like, by the way, he crests about 3 feet, probably. Maybe 4. And about 60 gold pieces. One of a kind.
Buying anything, I'm going to have to take a look at it. Can I hold it for a moment?
Sure, but be careful with it.
Mm-hmm.
You break it, you buy it.
Alright then. I have a look at it. Does it look like it's in any shape to be used?
Hmm.
I may specialize in metal, but I ended up working with bows a bit, based on where I'm from.
Make a survival check.
21.
Yeah, it looks like it'd do. It does indeed appear to be a witch bow, but it has been...
What does that mean?
Well, most witches, at least the ones that fly frequently, carry very, usually, I mean, not always non-magical, but typically non-magical kind of ceremonial longbows for either hunting people or beasts. And considering longbows aren't frequently used around here, it's usually safe to assume that if you see one, it's a witch bow.
Okay.
Usually, in this kind of weather, you can't really see far enough for a longbow to be very useful anyway. So people end up sticking to crossbows and short bows most of the time. So, 65 gold seemed like a reasonable price to you?
Seems like a little much to me. I'd be willing to pay you, 30.
No.
45.
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Oof.
I also love Mord's continual misunderstanding of
Damn
money.
it.
Well, he's getting better.
A little bit.
He does understand trading, so if he can get the concept of money down, he'll be pretty good.
5.
No, let's call it 60 gold, take it or leave it.
55.
No.
Alright, we'll leave it then.
Alright.
Good for me.
Takes it back down. I'm sure I'll get a buyer somewhere. Anything else I can get you?
No.
Good luck.
Actually, I do have a question.
Huh?
What's the best smith you know in the area?
Smith? Sorry, stranger. I just got into town. I haven't seen a smith around here.
Oh,
Or,
okay.
come on.
Oh, alright.
Do I know of any smiths?
Make a history check.
Oh boy. That I actually rolled good on. 18.
You know of one. Perhaps a little grouchy when interrupted. He's... Yeah, you can find him if you want to look, but you feel like he usually takes advance orders.
I know of a smith. We can go and try and find him later.
Alright, I'm just looking for a forge and somewhere to buy metal, really.
We can find him later.
Alright.
Yeah, sorry, what was your history check again?
18.
18, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, then you would have a name. The name is Argon, Silent Lander.
Repeat that.
I'll put it in chat, because it's easier. Argon.
Okay.
Goliath fellow. Been working here a while. Although
Argon.
for you, I guess it's not that long. Probably like 5 years. So, where are you going next? At the moment, the kid's just following along behind, interested to be out in town with you all.
Is there another weapon shop? Or cart or whatever?
At the moment, there doesn't seem to be, at least in the square. You know there are shadier places you could look for weapons, but a little
Christian,
riskier. Hmm?
I know how to make my explosive powder, right?
You know how to make your explosive powder?
Yeah.
Yes, getting the materials is usually quite difficult.
Well, okay. Yes, what are the materials that I need? What are they called in your world?
So you're looking to just make gunpowder then? Is
I
what you're
would
saying.
like to.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more old-fashioned black powder, which has
Yeah.
slightly different ingredients.
Yeah, I mean, you would usually find the things for that in more of like a mining town, which is why you all had discussed going to
Hoovenkrinkel.
yes, south of here, after your visit here, so that you could try and get your hands on some of that.
Oh, it's afternoon.
Yeah.
No,
is
it's on the way to Un. Sorry, it's
Oh,
in.
is it?
Yeah, it'd be closer to go
Hoovenkrinkel?
there
I
first.
thought we looked at the map and it wasn't really on the way.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
not
I
really
know.
on the way. I
Even
just
though it's going to be further to go there and then back to Hoovenkrinkel. We were going to do that way anyway, I think.
yeah, I thought.
We didn't want to drag Flaw around with us forever.
So you're going to Un first then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what I thought, anyway. anyway.
Yeah.
That's the reason we took the way we did.
Okay. Yeah, well, for reference, Hans, you're mostly looking for sulfur. It's the hardest thing for you to just get your hands on randomly.
But
And
do the ingredients all have the same names in your world as they would in real life?
sulfur's the same. I'd imagine people would have a different name for what is it? Saltpeter that it's made of? Yeah, saltpeter, I think is what it's.
Yeah.
They
Definitely.
they probably call that something else, but it's not really relevant.
Isn't it like sulfur charcoal sulfur charcoal saltpeter is primarily what it is?
Without looking it up, I'm pretty sure that's right.
I think that's all in it, if that's not all of it.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing
Yeah.
for making black powder.
Here, I'm just
I don't know why I know that. Actually,
books.
probably.
I know it from books. It came up in a story I was reading.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's about right. Anyway, but yeah, you don't imagine
I've spent a lot of time looking into black powder.
finding most of that here. Maybe charcoal, but probably best to just wait if you're going to Hooven Crinkle.
Right, well, it's going to be a damned long time till we get to Hooven Crinkle.
That's true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
I know this isn't really a mining town, but is there any mine here?
I mean, I'm sure we could find something. What are you looking for exactly?
Sulfur.
I might know someone who could help us with that.
Right.
But let's wait till later to do that.
Alright.
Let's let the kids shop around a little bit and then take them back.
So, is there anything else you all want to try and do? Other than shopping with the kids?
No, I'm good with just shopping with the kids. While we're out, I'm gonna pick up some food. Ingredients. I wanna get better at cooking.
Okay.
Cooking things other than curry. I'll tell you in a little bit what I'm going to make. I have no idea yet.
Okay. So yeah, you're heading out getting ingredients. As you're looking into one of the, Mord's heading into the sort of food store, which is one of the larger actual proper shops. You can see Willow immediately is moving up to the place that she always moves up to when you guys go out shopping, which is the small section of the store devoted entirely to sweets. And she just looks up kind of with a slightly pouty expression and says, "Can we please? Please? Sienna never does it when you're not here."
Mord wanders over. What's all this?
Candies?
Oh.
Candies.
Yes,
Haven't had any of
we're
those.
getting
What
candy.
are they like?
They're not like curry, if that's what you're asking.
Good. Are they
But-
like anything else?
They're sweets.
Yeah.
What different kinds of candy are here?
Or like fruit, sort of, then.
No, you've never had a... Mom, we have to get him now. He's never had any.
Yes, I know.
I'm from very far north. We don't really have many things.
Mostly simple things like little kind of sugary, those little sugary, what are they called? Like Smarties. It's basically like Smarties. Lollipops are like the big fancy ones with the big like
rock candy and stuff.
rock candy, like basic stuff. There's also, however, there is also a sort of one of the little kind of more fancy thing that they've got over here is they have a few sort of smaller, very brightly colored, probably gumballs of some description. They're more expensive though.
They're
How much?
chocolate.
There are gold. There's no chocolate here, unfortunately.
Boo.
Medieval
that's really rare.
gumballs.
The gumballs are probably going to be about Gumballs are probably a silver a piece, which is pretty pricey for a candy.
How much is the other candy?
Oh, small change. You could get a frankly unreasonable amount of the other candy for like 2 silver, maybe 3.
Like Halloween levels of
Yeah.
unreasonable? Okay.
Probably
I was
made.
about to ask that.
That'd be closer like 3 silver for like Halloween level, but yeah. I mean, it's there's
Wait,
nothing.
I have that much
Kind
candy
of.
sitting around my house right now, so...
What level of Halloween candy? Because it all depends on where you trick or treat.
Oh no, we're getting into this territory now. I'd say for like 5 silver you could get your hands on, with a fairly even spread of the candy, you could get your hands on probably about one of those plastic pumpkins worth, maybe a little less.
Okay.
And how much silver is that?
About 5.
It's like half a gold.
Okay.
Sweets are a rare thing to see in the city, and it's nice when they're here.
I think we need some candy, but I don't think we need that much.
Yeah.
I think the kids would disagree.
I think
Yeah.
Lisa would disagree.
Actually, Mord probably would.
He doesn't know what they
Let's try
are.
some. He'll probably get a piece and try it to see if he likes it. And he does. Because who doesn't, really?
Nissa takes a gold piece out of her.
Oh no.
Oh
out of
my
her pouch
God.
and
Oh my
sets it
God.
on the counter. This, however much candy we can get with this.
The half-orc man kind of takes a double take. Are you sure you'd like that much?
Yes.
Behind, Willow is audibly bouncing. Right.
How much is that? Yes, I'm not really sure how much that could get us.
Hands over a
lot.
fairly large paper bag. Take your pick. Just don't run us dry of anything in particular if you don't mind.
Just don't what?
Don't run us dry of anything in particular if you don't mind.
So don't take all of one thing.
We get just generally a lot.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
guys
give
Probably
get...
some of everything.
I give the bag to Willow. Get a little bit of everything.
So now that you've finished in Honeydukes, you guys head back out into the snow. And, enjoy some candy. Everyone is... What? Well, yeah. Everyone is very quiet for some time, except for sounds of people eating. Lots of crunching going on with the rock candy.
Oh, you don't crunch rock candy, you heathen.
You
Yeah, that's
can.
how you break teeth.
I've done it.
Same.
Well, okay, you can.
Theobald does
eventually,
not
but
crunch rock candy.
Mord does, but that's just because he doesn't understand.
Nissa's got one of those
He's like,
giant
candy
suckers.
is painful.
Well, Mord also has very large, very strong teeth, so it's really not a problem for him.
Jeez. So yeah, you guys are out in the snow once again. Is there anything else you want to shop for? The kids seem pretty content, honestly. Flaw is confused by rock candy, but really enjoys some of the other stuff.
What kind of food do I run across?
Well, there's, pretty... There's a lot of meat and potatoes. There's also a lot of, well, let's see, what would they... bread, meat, potatoes, they have a lot of preserves of various things.
Okay, I got it. Mord is gonna try to recreate something that he's only had a few times when people got back from long raiding trips. He's gonna get some flour, the kind of stuff you need to make a crust. He's gonna try to make like a shepherd's pie type thing.
Oh.
He's only had it a few times after very long raiding trips when they got enough stuff.
Okay. Go ahead and mark off about a gold.
Okay.
And make a wisdom check.
Alright. He's gonna try to make this for dinner.
Yeah, is there
He's
anything you're
getting
doing
enough for
before
everyone,
dinner time then?
Huh?
Is there anything you all want to do before dinner time, before Mort attempts this?
I was going to offer to take Jonas to the bookstore because he likes books.
Oh, yeah. I'd like that, yeah. Thanks, Nissa. We could take
Actually, Mort wants to go to the bookstore.
Mort, who cannot read common very well, wants to go to the
Well,
bookstore.
that's exactly why he wants to go to the bookstore. He
Fair.
wants to try to practice reading common.
Tato says this candy is great for bribes. So...
That's gonna be Mord in this game. Last game was Shay with alcohol. This game it's Mord with candy.
Tato,
Oh, God.
Tato is thinking like a true babysitter.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
Very
don't
true.
just need candy to bribe kids. Bribe them with several other things.
well, yes, but candy works usually.
Yeah, it does.
So you guys head to across town to sort of one of the more I don't want to say richer areas of town, but a little more upstanding than perhaps some of the other parts you've been to.
Wealthier.
Yeah, and as you head forward, there's a sort of very clumsy painting of a like a long series of segmented bones on the sign. And below that it says the Broken Spine Bookstore.
Nice.
Sounds like Mord's kind of place.
Actually,
Theobald
pretty
mutters.
fitting. Broken spine, very violent. Bookstore, also very intelligent.
Yeah, that's
Before we go in, Nissa tells Jonas that he's only allowed to get 2 books, because otherwise he will spend way too much money on books.
all right. I
Two
know,
books,
I know.
Finds the most expensive books in the store.
He's not that kind of a kid.
Okay. Well, Graham is. That's been a problem lately.
Oh god. So you guys head in. It's a fairly small place, but frankly, this amount of knowledge in a village would be considered a treasure trove.
Oh yeah. Mord is really impressed.
As you head inside, you can see this, frankly, kind of exhausted-looking human woman with kind of blondish hair that's tied back in a bun, has bags under her eyes, and has half-moon glasses that looks up as you enter. Ah, good day.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Nissa. It has been a while, hasn't it?
Yes.
I heard you've been out of town.
Yeah, I was exploring over the mountain range.
You do love to travel, don't you?
The music's a bit loud.
Is
Yeah.
it? Okay. I always hear it way quieter than you guys for some reason.
Good now, thanks.
Anyway, so you actually, upon closer examination, you actually recognize her. This is Nia. Been running the. She's like one of like the 2 employees here. And yeah, as you guys head in, she's just like, so how have you been?
Well, how about you?
I didn't hear. Did you say something? Because I didn't hear
I said,
anything.
well.
Oh, I see. I thought you were about to go on, and I was like, is it cutting out?
No.
Oh, it's been okay here. If a little bit, well, busy. The Inquisition were looking for all sorts of information, and fortunately I haven't gotten involved myself, but I know you must be worried.
A little.
I haven't seen people from your house recently. I hope everything's alright.
As far as I know, everything is good, but I just got back in town.
Ah. Well, it's nice to see you again. Let me know if you need any help.
Okay, thank you.
By this point, you turn around from your brief conversation, and you can see Jonas has already found 1 book.
I
Wait.
wander up to the counter.
All right. Good morning, sir. How can
Good
I help
morning.
you?
Hi. I'm looking for a section of books on religion and the gods.
Oh, yes. We actually have something over there. it mostly only covers the locally permitted deities, of course, but I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Thank you. Hey, I head over and I start flipping through books looking for any mention of any symbol that looks like what I've got.
Alright, make an investigation check.
Oh, wow. 21.
21.
Rolled an 18.
Okay. So, looking through, you find information on Pelor, the Sun Father. There's quite a lot of information on that. As well as Melora. There's several deities, most of which you're not really familiar with. There's a bit of information on some of the Orcish gods.
Probably the Raven Queen, right? Because we're in, like, the land of winter.
Oh yeah, there's most of that is very superstitious kind of stuff, though. Most of the things in the books aren't really very solid. Like the other gods, there's a lot of solid information about. For her, it's more just like she's around and she's terrifying.
Yeah, just stay out of her way. Won't
yeah,
be
just
part of that.
she's mostly spoken about in relation to the other gods, where it'll mention like Pelor, being the god of the summer, is in direct opposition to the Raven Queen, goddess of winter.
Gotcha.
Things like that. Not really gone into too much detail, though her symbol is detailed, and unsurprisingly, it is a raven. You don't find anything like what you're looking for. You do find some information about the occasional the occasional note about saints or other minor gods that have been given deity status by the gods, but nothing that matches the description that you're looking for. Meanwhile, Jonas has found not 2, but 4 books and is trying to pick between them.
I try the books.
He just sort of starts slightly. Oh, well, they're a little bit much. I haven't decided which 2 I'm going to get yet. This one's 10 gold, this one's 8. Wish books weren't so much. And he's looking between the 2. You can see one of them appears to be a storybook. The other one is a more factual guide to some of the, at least generally permitted, sorcery. But it's more of a info dump than a serious, more of an academic look on things than actually teaching you how to use it.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna get these 2. I'll have to come back for Dwarven history another day, I suppose. Picks up the 2 books and heads up to the counter. I'd like these 2, please.
So, after failing to find what I'm looking for, I'm gonna go look for a cookbook.
A cookbook? Alright.
Oh, God.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 20. That.
Okay. You find 2.
Aha.
You find one that's sort of in the back and a little bit dusty. It says let me see. What languages do you speak again? Oh, I can just check. I always forget that I have that now. Oh, yes. This is in Giant.
Oh, nice.
And it says... yeah, this one is older, and it's a little bit larger, and it says, The Stewing of Mandrake. And beneath it there is some cartoonish art. It looks like it has some useful recipes in it, although it's a little old-fashioned, perhaps. And the other one looks like a boring human cookbook. You can't read it super well, but it looks like it probably has some useful things in there.
It's in common.
Yeah.
Well, the only language I can really read well is Orcish, so there's not much difference there.
Yeah.
I'll go ask how much they are.
Oh, for those two, are you looking to get both?
Well, yes. I mean, I'd like to know their individual prices, and I might buy both.
Well, since you're all buying so many today, I actually have a discount. But, if you were to buy those two individually, they'd be about 8 gold for that one, and the other one would be 12 gold.
Right.
But if you're all looking to purchase together, I can probably total it up to about 20 gold.
Yes,
Yes.
I have 7 gold. We have any other money?
Yes, we do, Mord.
I have some money, if it's needed.
Can we buy these books? I want to know how to cook.
Yes,
I've heard
we,
it's very helpful.
yes, we can buy those books.
Yes, Mord, please learn how to cook.
By the way, those of you with high perception who are paying attention, notice that Nia looks kind of, as opposed to other people who seem to mostly be afraid, Nia's kind of looking at all of you with this kind of half smile, like you're all like this adorable little family that's just popped into her establishment.
She understands.
I'm sorry, whenever I think, like, it makes me think of the other group doing this.
Except they would be way worse.
Oh, they would.
They'd be like, buy 3 gold worth of candy.
Yeah, and Shay would be looking at books on like
Orcus.
horrifying ancient magics and
Yeah,
Orcus, and Piper would be like looking at books on torture.
Yeah. It'd be like, the kids would be like, what are we gonna do? And you're like, I don't know, just wander, find something.
It's good. Just go hang out with those pirates. This sounds like
This is all fine.
Ooh. Yeah.
Tato just said, why do you guys make families every single game?
It's kind of impossible not to.
Because for some reason, every time you get Carissa and Will in the same TeamSpeak server, they become the mom friend and the dad friend. That's why. That's why. It just and then Hans is like the sullen teen of the group, and then Pavu's like kind of just in the back, like Megan's in the back, just kind of like, I guess this is happening. Family reunion day, alright.
Yep. That's what Tato said.
Yes, I did. I'm not. Might as well kidnap some more kids now.
no.
Any
All of
children.
these children are with
Oh, wait.
us.
That's
Oh wait,
true.
it was a bad oh wait to have. God damn it! Every single time.
What did I miss?
I started to say none of the kids were kidnapped, and I said, oh wait, never mind.
Who was kidnapped?
You don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
It's technical. It's a technical thing. But yes.
Oh, God.
But yes, one of them was slightly kidnapped.
What?
Slightly?
Okay,
no, yeah, it was
completely
slightly.
kidnapped. We'll talk about that later.
She came willingly.
Anyways,
Moving
backstory.
swiftly on.
So you all purchased the books then?
Oh, right. I was going to see how much it costs if we were to get the Dwarven history one too.
Oh, I can mark that up to just 25 gold. You're regular customers.
Okay.
Thanks. I really, I appreciate it. Not many people are that interested in a little bookstore these days, and I love your business.
This is a little bookstore?
Well, I mean, I guess it's not that little for this town, but I used to come from the city, and they had much larger places over there. Of course, most
Really?
of those are under lock and key by the Inquisition these days.
You have more books?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's where?
Really?
Never mind.
Huh?
It's none of my business.
Oh, you're wondering where I'm from. I'm from up in the cold light in the Timberland.
Oh, wow, that is quite far.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ways.
Well, is there anything else I can get for you?
I don't think so. I turn to Willow and Flaw. Do you two want anything?
Flaw, who is attempting to remove rock candy from her fangs, not just shakes her head slightly. And Willow is currently reading the sorcery book that you've already bought, or are thinking of buying anyway.
I reach into my bag and I pull out a very long, sharp-ish metal toothpick. Oh, here, try this.
Thanks.
Getting things stuck in teeth is a problem I also have.
Nia's pretending not to notice. Well, would you like me to wrap these, or are you taking them straight home?
We are taking them straight home.
Alright, I don't think it's snowing right now, so you should be okay.
Okay.
Even if it was, I have a coat.
Have a nice night.
You guys run ahead. I'll be right there.
Where are you going?
I'm nowhere.
Horde.
I'll be there in a minute.
Even Flaw is staring now.
Just go away.
Issa raises an eyebrow.
So let's
Excuse
just
me?
go away and leave him to what he has to do. He obviously has some reason for it. Let's go.
Are you all going?
Yeah.
Okay, you all head out.
Nissa waits till everyone else walks out before she walks out. Giving him a look. I don't know how exactly to explain it.
If this is the last one in, I'll just I'll kind of walk over and I'll be like, just go. I'll be right there. Coming right out. I just want to talk for a minute, okay?
Okay.
She heads
Alright.
back out then.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask if they have any books on reading common.
Nia just looks up. That's not really. I mean,
Not really a thing.
you can. It's. We have a few, I suppose, probably left over, but you'd probably find most of those over at the school. Usually people tend to learn it from other people. I know you probably know that, but
Yeah.
I'm
No one
afraid.
where I'm from knew how to read common, really.
Normally we'd have something of the sort with so many languages around here, but I'm afraid I don't have anything in this store. If you go to the city, it's quite a cultural hub. I'm sure you could find something. Either someone willing to teach you, or there'd be some sort of easy way to learn it. At least I assume.
I could probably get one of them to teach me. I just don't, they can all read it just fine.
I understand. Well,
Ford looks super embarrassed.
it's nothing to be ashamed of. I can read Orcish, and if I were to leave this place, I'd be lost.
Well, okay.
They don't really.
He's encouraging you to be like the last group. I think he thinks you're still the quartet. He's trying to get you to break into schools
No,
now.
we're better people now. We're slightly better people. We're actually normal.
Ish.
Bad that it scares me that we're better people than in the last campaign.
No, it's fine.
We're a normal level of good.
You're still real weird, though.
Oh, I never said we weren't weird.
So, are you going home then, now?
Yeah.
So, you leave.
Oh.
And head out into the...
They aren't far ahead of me, so I'll catch up.
Yeah, so you all head back to the house.
I
Which
just want to go back and drop the kids off because I told Theobald we'd go out. And we've also got to go talk to the blacksmith or whatever.
Tato says he thought that we were worse this time around. No, they're actually better.
What? No, we're better.
Wait,
We're
how
like
would we
helping
be
people,
worse?
healing the sick.
I love it. I love you're like, how could we be worse than last time?
I mean, we're not actually playing evil characters. We really can't be worse.
I mean, you could be worse, but not that much worse. Anyway, so you head back to the house, which I really wanted to call Grimold Place, but I didn't.
What?
Nothing.
You should've.
No, it's too on the nose.
What murder?
What? Oh, well, yeah, that was, I mean, okay, there wasn't a murder, it was a recycling that Nissa did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the killing was... That's pretty standard D&D stuff.
They were-
Fighting,
yeah.
clearing kobolds out of a mine. That's... I mean, sure, we could have been better and tried to negotiate with them, but that's just generally not
They
the culture
attacked
of
us
this
first.
area and time.
I'm just saying, as far as D&D players go, they're pretty good. And that, to be fair, D&D party members aren't generally the best people, but still, they're not that bad.
And I mean, like,
Just
just
grew
in the
up in the
general world
Shadowfell.
of D&D, handling things like kobolds and goblins, negotiation isn't a thing people do most of the time.
Not with goblins and
He said,
kobolds, yeah.
fine.
Fine. He's so annoyed. It's like, fine, you're not evil, alright. I'll lay off. So you all head back to the house and just drop off the kids and leave? Where are you going after that?
Well, I figured since I knew that there was some shadier places that I'd go and see if they had the stuff that Theobald wanted.
I was saying shadier places to get weapons.
Yeah,
You might be able to find what Theobald is looking for.
but I figure through that I could find someone who knows what Theobald wants, or at least ask.
Alright, you're gonna go have a look at some of your shadier contacts then, okay.
Can I just
have
have
a
directions to the smith?
Pretty big network of shady.
Are you...
Hey, Carissa? Would Nissa just give me directions to the smith, then?
No. He would take you.
Okay. I would want to go first, because if the thing I'm wanting to do works out, I'm going to be there a while.
Okay.
You all head
We'll go
out
stop
back
by
into the street.
smith.
You make your way to the smith. It's a little low down building. It's not really for public. Like, there's no open shop. It's just a workshop. And as you kind of head up, there's the large door made of almost exclusively iron with some wooden bits that's closed. There's smoke billowing out of the chimney. And sure enough, as you start to get closer, you can hear loud banging from the inside.
If this is a Goliath smith, I should actually fit in this building.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's amazing. Yeah, I go up and I knock very loudly on the door. In theory, loud enough for them to hear me over the hammering. Yeah, I more just pound on it like 2 or 3 times.
The hammering from the inside stops. And you hear footsteps. And then a slit in the door slides open. And you see two... you see one fearsome red eye and one eye patch look out. Who's there?
Fellow smith looking to borrow a forge. I'm just
What's-
passing through town and I have some work to do.
How do you pronounce his name?
The smith's name?
Smith. You sent it, but I'm not sure how
yeah,
it's
I
supposed
know.
to be pronounced.
It's already slipped my mind, so I'm looking for it. I'm sorry. Where did I send it?
Hangouts.
Not here, then, I guess. Did I just send it directly to you? No?
No,
No,
sent
it's
it in the full
potential
group.
here.
Oh,
It's
it's
the-
right in front of me, and I'm blind. Argon. Sorry.
Argon.
Yeah.
Hey, Argon. He would know me, right?
Yeah,
Or not.
probably. Just looks out. slams the slot shut, and then you hear a few clicks, and the door swings wide. Hello, Nissa. It has been a long time. You look forward, and you can see this scarred, gray-skinned Goliath with, as is typical with them, no hair. Instead of sort of the many tattoos that are kind of signature of them, there is just one large swooping tattoo that goes from the top of his head down his back and all the way down his legs, it looks like. And he has this large heavy-duty apron on and this large smith's hammer in one hand. He has his left eye is red and has a very fearsome eyebrow, and the other is covered by an eye patch that looks worn. He has one sort of kind of little snaggle tooth that kind of sticks out of the side of his mouth. Hello, Nissa. It has been a long time. How have you been?
I've been good. How are you?
Oh, business is well. Now that the Inquisition is in town, they need all sorts of weapons. Business has been nice. Who is this man?
This is one of my new traveling companions. His name is Mord.
Hello, Mord. Name is Argan. Nice to meet you.
To meet you as well, sir.
Argan Silentlander, master of smiths in town. You come, you look for weapons, I have weapons.
Very nice. I'm actually looking just for a forge that I could use and possibly some metal.
Well, normally I would tell you to go find peasants' work, but you friend of Nissa, so you may work as long as you like.
Thank you.
You pay for your own materials, and when I say as long as you like, 1 day max, I need work.
Alright. You know where I could acquire some metal?
I have metal.
Alright.
You pay, I give metal.
About how much metal did you say I would need for full plate armor?
Full plate armor.
I really want it.
That's gonna take you a long time to make.
I know.
Like, a long time.
Well, not that long. I can speed it up with some things.
Not with that ability you can't, as we discussed.
No, I can't make the whole set, but it's not all one piece. So I could, in theory, use that to make pieces. Still speed up the overall process.
It's still gonna take a while.
Yeah,
Plate armor's an intensive... You're not even... I mean, you've never made plate mail. You've never even seen full plate mail. You know what it's supposed to be, but in climates this cold, you don't wear that unless you're literally going out into, like, a giant battlefield. Like,
okay.
I mean, even in medieval times, very few people actually had full plate armor. And that's still the case here. Like, the people that wear it are, like, the Queen's Knights. And only when they're going out to fight people.
I didn't realize that it would be an actual environmental, like, problem.
I mean, you can make it. I'm just saying, like, you've never...
But, like, wearing it while traveling would be nearly impossible, right?
No. I mean, you can travel wearing it as long as you're proficient in it. It's just gonna be, like... You're gonna have some problems with the cold, probably a little bit. You can make it, and you can wear it around. I mean, people do it in D&D all the time, so we can assume you're strong enough to do it.
How long would it take to make it?
Oh, God. Tato's having a flip. He's not trying to make it in 1 day. Calm down, Tato. God.
Oh, I'm not expecting it to take a day. Jeez.
No, he's
at the very least, a week. Probably more than that.
Nobody said that was happening.
No. Jesus.
Anyway, no, hang on. Let me do some things here for a minute.
Let's just assume normally without any added magics. And then we'll add the magics into the equation later. Oh, I've gotten all echoey now. What's with that?
I think it's Megan, maybe.
Oh, it's stopped now, so it's good.
Give me just a... I need books. Sorry, you guys talk while I'm booking.
So, how's everybody else doing?
Good.
Wow, that was a long conversation. You guys are great at this. Really.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
I'm very
I love the igloo idea. Do it. You get stealth, protection from the cold, everything. Yeah, just carry an igloo, obviously. Great plan.
I mean, probably way about as much as full plate.
Still better than plate armor. Because, you know, we're looking at D&D logic here, so plate armor is going to be good. But in medieval times, plate armor was actually garbage. Like,
yeah, it really wasn't that good.
it wasn't very good. It was really heavy, and crossbows could still punch right through it, as Tato was just saying.
Only good at all if you're in, like, mounted combat.
Yeah.
And it was still not very good then.
Yeah, but this is more
It
fun,
was too
so...
heavy to move in.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're on horseback, you did not ride in plate. But in D&D, it's really annoying to do that, so we don't do that.
Yeah.
Also, this is a magic world of magic, so screw you. Sorry, shouldn't be taking me this long, but I am having problems focusing on this.
You're okay.
While talking to you. Let's see.
You don't have to talk. You're good.
That's what I wanted. Crafting. Combining my own home rules with other crap. Oh, wait. Am I on the wrong page? I think I am on the wrong page. I think I'm being an idiot. Yeah, I am. Here we go. So, blah, 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 blah. You're proficient in Smith's tools, obviously, so that's good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it takes... Yeah, you're not making plate armor.
Why?
Well, without magic, it would take you 300 days to craft by yourself.
Oh my god, what?
Yes. By yourself.
Jesus.
Even with my house rules of reducing crafting times, that's still probably
Like,
going to
that's
be about
almost a year.
200 days. Yeah.
Holy crap. How... That doesn't seem right.
It is. It's literally the example they use is a suit of plate armor.
Oh my god.
Plate armor's hard to make, dude. There's a lot of steps involved. So if you have
but
if you have
does
3
that take about
smiths,
a year?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Holy shit.
Plate armor, yeah, like Tato's saying, plate armor was made in an assembly line fashion. So they'd make a whole bunch of it at once, but it would take about a year, and then they'd have like a few sets they've made over the course of that year.
Hey, I massively misunderstood the workload involved. Okay.
Yeah, plate mail's the hardest thing you can smith, pretty much, in D&D.
Yeah.
So even with your magic, that's going to be a long while. It's going to be like... I'd have to do math on it, but it's still going to be at least 100 days, probably.
Okay. Well...
Yeah, plate mail's... yeah. Difficult to make.
What about something like splint mail? Still, it's a lot less.
What's the market value on that?
200 gold pieces.
Yeah, that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Let me do some math. You said 200 gold pieces?
Yeah. I think I'm wearing chainmail right now. Yeah. No.
Probably be...
No, I'm wearing ring... What the hell am I wearing?
I don't know.
Chainmail. Chainmail is what I'm wearing. That's... Jesus.
Probably take you, like... Almost, probably about a month.
Okay. Yeah,
Without magic, probably about a month.
afford that. Not afford that amount of time right now.
Yeah, it's a downtime activity. Crafting is a downtime act. Also, that picture brings warmth to my heart. Thank you for that.
Tato sent me that last night.
That's great. I love it. So anay, that's more of a downtime activity kind of thing.
Still want to use the forge. I've just eliminated things due to my real life, very, very minor knowledge of actually making shit.
It's fine. Weapons take a lot less time to make.
Okay. So this is something I was going to propose to you, but I haven't had a chance to write up rules properly yet. So I assume the normal type of shield is like a buckler type thing, right? Like pretty small, mostly wooden.
Yeah.
And we discussed tower shield, but that's a big upgrade. There is like a mid-sized shield. So I was wondering maybe mid-size shield plus 3 armor class instead of plus 4, and you lose 5 feet of movement.
We'll think about that.
Or, sorry, plus 3 instead of plus 2.
Well, we can...
And then a full-on tower shield would be plus 4, but you lose 10 feet of movement.
I suppose that seems fine.
Also, the mid and large size, like a buckler, you can pretty much pick up and have on your arm in a couple of seconds. These, like, they count like medium and heavy armor. Hold on 1 minute. Not obviously the same amount of time, but more.
Yeah, I mean, normally they'd have you be proficient in just shields as in general. I'd say probably for this you'd need to be proficient in, like, medium armor, maybe. For this one you're talking about.
Yeah, which I am. I'm proficient in all armor.
So you're talking about, like, a... What are they called? Kind of like well, no, that's pretty much almost a tower shield, I guess.
Hold on. I know exactly what I'm talking about, so I'm looking it up. Except I can't spell.
Well, because, like, hoplites, you know, Greek hoplites had, like, bucklers, basically. So you're talking about something...
Yeah, theirs were a bit bigger. Theirs were pretty big. I'm talking, like... Right, so I imagine, like, buckler-sized thing is a little smaller than, like, Captain America's shield, right? Like, about that. What I'm talking
I don't know. They'd be about Captain America's shield size, probably. Bucklers.
Would be a buckler? Okay.
Probably, yeah. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be very much good. I think the people that had the smaller ones were, the, like, mounted combatants with bows. Had them, like, strapped to their arms and stuff.
Okay, that's probably what I'm thinking of.
That was, like, for people who literally couldn't wield it that much. It was, yeah. Anyway.
Like these guys' shields. Like, not quite a tower shield. They're bigger. Because they're angled, they weigh less.
Yeah, I used to know what those were called, and I don't now.
Yeah,
it's really pissing me off. Anyway, let's try to speed it up a little here. So you're trying to make that.
Oh, I think, is it called a heater shield?
I think that might be one name for it, but it's not the one I'm thinking of.
That's smaller.
God damn, I wish I knew what it was.
Potato and ask him.
He probably knows.
Yeah, hold on.
It's... What is it called?
Please do that.
That's really annoying. Hang on. No, not the Royal Coat of Arms.
Kite shields?
Oh, kite shields. That's what they're called. Yeah,
Okay.
kite.
That's the right type.
It's a kite shield. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. There we go. That's for sure the right thing.
I won't ask Tato then.
Yeah, they're not quite as big as a tower shield, so they're not in the way as much, but they're not as protective. So I was thinking...
I suppose that could warrant another level of armor class. I might regret that later, but fine.
I don't think it's going to be too huge of a thing, because...
Plus one armor class is always huge.
Well, yeah, but the downside is pretty big too. A loss of 5 feet of movement is a big deal.
Alright, sure. Why not? We'll go with it. Make a kite shield. I might rebalance that later if it turns out it's super broken, but probably
How much would you guess that would cost? A normal shield is about 10 gold pieces.
No.
No. I was giving you that as a frame reference for...
For the thing you're asking, it's a bit bigger. It's probably made of metal almost entirely.
Yeah.
Let's call it, to make, at cost, maybe 25.
Okay. Awesome. Perfect. Do we have that amount in the party fund that we can afford to spend?
How much?
25 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. If we
And-
can spend that, I'm going to use my channel divinity.
Yeah, and make it in one day. Yeah.
And make it in 1 hour.
Crazy, man. So, you sit there, the hammer doing a little more than it probably should. And...
Yeah, I'm able to shape it in an ungodly short amount of time.
I have to admit, that is quite impressive. You will have to teach me that sometime.
I'm not entirely sure how I do it, to be honest.
He gives you a look over while you're doing it, still working on it. You have been touched by the gods, son. No one smits that fast.
Yeah, well, their touch is a bit forceful, and I kind of show him my hand.
Ah, a marked one, eh? Hey, I haven't seen one like that in a long time.
You've seen this before?
No, not that mark. No, but I've seen people with those. They tend to get power from some other thing. I used to adventure back in the day.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
what I do now.
I used to wail on things until they died, and it was great. The pay was amazing. But you see, the problem is, eventually, if you're not careful enough, and he gestures at his eye, something will go wrong.
Yeah. Something always goes wrong.
Take my word for it, kid. The risk ain't worth the pay.
Well, I won't keep doing it forever, but
That's what they all say, lad. And he
I
claps you
have
on the
some
shoulder.
things I need to take care of, that's all.
If it makes you feel better, no one does it forever. But some people have to stop a little more forcefully than they'd like.
Yeah.
You finished the kite shield. And do you head back out to the house?
Yep.
It's getting a little... It's probably going to be... You probably are going to have more luck looking at... Probably going to have more luck looking after nightfall or earlier in the morning, Nissa, by the way.
Okay, then we'll go early in the morning because we have to get back to help Anna with her client.
Alright. So, you head back.
I want to stop in like a tea shop.
Okay.
Have one.
Make an investigation check for a tea shop. There used to be one. But you're not sure if it's still open or not.
Investigation. I remember right.
A
Double
cheese
check.
shop or a tea shop?
tea
I couldn't
shop.
tell.
Oh. 18
You know
or
what I realized?
16.
Didn't mean for this to turn into a shopping
God
session.
damn it. Whatever. Happened again. It doesn't matter.
But we're far more prepared than we have been in any other game.
Which is setting the bar real low. Okay, so...
I know, but like
Yeah.
this
I mean, we
time
were
we're not gonna
always-
get on the road and be like, oh shit, we're out of food.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna get into battle and be like, well, my armor class is garbage because I haven't upgraded armor yet.
So, you, what did you roll? Really high, I think, right?
16.
Okay. You do manage to find the small tea shop. Unfortunately, it closed about an hour ago. It looks a little shabbier than last time you were here, like it hasn't had great business. But it'll
Go
be,
in the morning.
yeah, it's open mostly in morning hours for people that are out getting breakfast and things like that. They don't have much of a dinner crowd in a tea shop.
Well, those people are wrong.
So,
Yes.
you guys head back, I assume.
Yes.
Alright. Dinner is,
No,
Prepared-
That's not what we do.
what?
Potato.
Oh. Dinner is prepared carefully by Mord. Make a wisdom check.
I needed to make a check on that, right?
Yeah.
20.
It's actually pretty
21.
good. It's actually pretty good. You guys are kind of surprised a little bit, but that it's not entirely meat, but it's actually quite good.
Yeah, it's got some vegetables in there actually.
Yeah. And you guys are...
It's got a nice potato crust. It's just good stuff.
However, as you guys are enjoying your meal, there's a knock on the door. It's... As you look out, it's dusk, and there's a knock on the door.
Oh.
Sienna stands. Sounds like my client is here. One moment. Kids, if you wouldn't mind finishing upstairs, just in case. The kids wordlessly head up. Flaw does not.
You go with them.
Why?
Flaw.
As I said to.
Flaw.
Make a persuasion check.
Have your axe, right?
Of course.
Ha! Like 21.
She says, "Of course," and then turns over to Nissa and immediately just like, "All right, fine." Heads
Thank you.
upstairs.
I catch her before she heads up, and I say quietly, just, like, listen in from the top of the stairs or something, but stay out of sight.
I was planning on it, but I'm glad you gave me the order. Now I have an excuse. And she keeps going.
Yes. Now go ahead and throw me under the cart if you need to.
Wow.
I was gonna say bus, but I had to come up with something fast there.
Yeah, that was, you really saved that one.
That was a
Will.
good
That was
save,
seamless.
Will. None of us
That
could
was
tell.
Completely seamless and smooth.
Oh yeah.
100%. So, as you go up, you guys hear the door open. And you hear Sienna say, "Oh, welcome. To be honest, I hadn't been expecting you to bring, those two. Do you mind if they wait outside, please?" You hear some low speech, and then the door closes behind this person. And they head forward into the dining room where you are.
I am wearing my armor, and I am armed.
Okay. Sienna takes her seat, and you see this figure in a dark cowl. Sort of dark-ish clothes. Kind of a pudgy fella with sort of a kind of pale-ish skin, and kind of walks up. You can see he's definitely armed. It looks like he has a short sword at his side. And he takes a seat on the opposite side of the table. And then takes off his hood. And you can see a sort of wan, tired-looking man with kind of very round cheeks and sort of tousled brown hair. Says, thank you for listening to my story, Soothsayer. You will not let my guards inside, but you keep these people here to watch me. That is okay. You have a reputation to protect. That I do. Now get on with your story, and we'll see how much of it I already know. He looks down at the table and gives a small laugh. Soothsayer, I come here to seek your help. A family member of mine has gone missing, and I seek him. I see, and when exactly did he go missing? He looks back up. 27 years ago. I see. And you've suddenly gotten an interest in finding him again.
Ward is just looking at Theobald like, what the hell is this guy?
Theobald is looking at Yara like, what the hell is this guy?
Any particular reason for your change of mind? I thought, until recently, that he was dead, but it would seem he managed to survive, and I wish to make amends with my brother. I see. Now, normally I don't like to ask personal questions, but that doesn't happen to be the mark of the Inquisition on your left bicep, does it? He leans back slightly. You're perceptive, I'll give you that. I haven't been with the Inquisition for years. Trust me, they don't want anything to do with me.
I look to try to notice what she's talking about.
Well, his... both of his arms are still fully covered by his long sleeve shirt, so you can't see them.
Gotcha.
I try to make myself look smaller.
It doesn't work. Well, it seems like you believe me since you have not yet attacked. I'm listening. Then I shall go on. My brother, I thought him killed in the wastes south of here, but recently through eyewitness accounts I learned this is not the case. I wish to find him, but I possess neither the skills of a mage, shaman, or a soothsayer. I need to find him if he is going to be saved from himself. What he was doing at the time, it may yet be too late, but I wish to seek and see if I am right. I see. Now, I do have a few questions for you, sir. Go on. If you haven't been here in so long, I've definitely not seen you around town before. Did you travel all this way to ask me? And if so, why? I heard you could find anybody. I see. Do you lot have any questions for this man?
No.
What was your brother doing?
My brother was involved in dangerous people's circles, getting involved with criminals, trying to make his way in the world. I myself have mostly been part of the establishment, but as of a few years ago, I am no longer employed. I seek to save him before he gets himself too deep into a rabbit hole. But he has friends that he should not have. Dangerous people. I would not come and ask in secret, but if the guard were to catch sight of a former member of the Inquisition who still has information, they would take me right to the offices. I understand. It's been my frequent observation that many people that get away from the Inquisition tend to have a sudden career change and an even more sudden loss of memory. That is the case. Fortunately, I am the exception. I am a hole in their security, you understand. I trust you by telling you this, and I also tell you, I mean no harm, and I mean no disrespect. But if you rat me out to the Inquisition, I will tell them you have been harboring a witch under this roof.
What do you mean?
I see. Well, you've been thorough in your research, I'll give you that. Nissa? Opinions?
Take his job for now. I don't see any harm in it.
I do not like the for now, but I'm glad you accept. I do. I think we should be able to find your brother if it's that important to you. And it's been 27 years since you last saw him. Yes. Interesting.
I can't say that gives us a lot to go on.
Oh, I'm sure I've got the name in the letter you sent me last night. But I would question why you have to come at night. I'm sure it is in your power to stay out of the guards' way. It is easier when they do not look. Most of them are humans and cannot see in the dark. I understand. Caution is everything. Well, Mishkin, it's definitely been nice knowing you. And I hope we can find your brother.
No.
He nods. When shall I return for an update? Oh, don't worry. Now that I've seen you, I'll be able to get you word wherever you happen to be. That is highly unsettling, but okay. I will make my leave unless you have something else to say. Sienna looks around at all of you. Anything?
No.
I
Shrug.
awkwardly shake my head.
I nods ahead. Then I go. Gets up. Heads out.
Go on the flip side.
And the door slams.
I lock it behind him.
Nissa says, Nissa? What?
Wrong person.
Wrong one. Sienna looks over and says, he's a right unsettling lad, isn't he?
Yeah.
I would agree. Do I notice anything strange about that man?
Strange in what way? I mean, other than
The
his
hell is
general
the time to make
demeanor?
Insight checks. I am so stupid.
Like, just... Do I have any, you know, hunches to what race, like...
Oh, it looks human, probably. You didn't see his ears, but human, probably.
Do I know what he meant by harboring a witch?
I don't know, do you?
Depends on who he's talking about. I mean, I think Pavu mentioned being a witch. Or, no, Sienna mentioned Pavu being a witch.
Yeah.
And he gets very skittish around when we mention. And I've been accused of being a witch a few. And then there are children who have the potential that they. And there's Sienna, but I'm pretty sure she's licensed. But
Yeah, she's not a witch anyway in the traditional sense. Much more of a mage type.
That's what I thought.
Hey,
So
hey,
who was
hey,
he
Sienna?
referring to?
Do you know who he's talking about?
Sienna looks over. Oh, you can cool it with the disguise, lass. The question is how he knew you were here.
So he was talking about her.
Well, I'm pretty sure he knows an elf when he sees one. But there's nothing he's going to be able to get you for. You've lived here for years. That being said, we should still keep on the down low, just in case the Inquisition get testy.
Probably.
Still, I wonder how he knew. You said he showed up here last night. He didn't get in the house, did he?
No, and I was the only one who answered the door. The others were in another room.
So, either he's been watching us, or rather you, or he knows you from somewhere else and recognized you. You never met him before, have you, dear?
Have I?
Oh, no, sorry, she's talking to Pavu.
Have I?
Make a history check.
13.
Doesn't ring any bells.
I don't think I've seen him before.
Well, then maybe he's been following you for some reason, although... Actually, I wouldn't put it past him to watch the house. He comes from an interesting bunch. He's just come into town. I'm not sure how he got past the gate guard without questions, but he did. He seems... I think we can trust him to keep his word at any rate.
That's good.
He definitely wants this done, and he doesn't want any trouble doing it.
What do you know about them so far?
Well,
And his brother.
I don't know much about him. His name's Mishka Vadim. He's been around before, and... Well... Like I said, he's new in town, but... I feel like I've probably met him at some point in the past. But that's not important. His brother, who apparently we're looking for, and she hands over the letter, is called Marin. and he's apparently been missing, according to him, 27 years. As you'll see by this letter, he's apparently was last seen somewhere surrounding Oon on the roadside. Apparently he was thought dead, but in fact was picked up by some sort of criminal gang of some sort. He's apparently involved in all sorts of things like that. At least according to what he was saying. Shady business, if I've ever seen one.
Well, are you asking if we would look into it, or...?
Oh, I might be able to find him myself. It's business as usual. I just wanted to make sure nothing got out of hand with him coming in. I don't need your help if you've got things to do.
I
Well,
mean,
I mean, if you want us to start looking in that area, that's where we're headed.
Well, I mean, if you see anything, by all means, shoot me a message somehow. But, I definitely will try to do some seeing on him. It's been a while since I got out the old crystal ball. Looking for alive people isn't something I do that much these days.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Licensed witchcraft. I'll look into it myself. But if you do, I mean, it was 27 years back, so I don't imagine you're going to catch much of him. But if you do, just remember the name. Marin Vadim.
What was that?
Marin Vadim.
Aaron Vadim?
No, TeamSpeak's bad. Marin with an M.
Aaron. Okay, yeah, TeamSpeak is very bad.
Here,
can
I
you
have.
I
send
can
both
never
their
hear the
names?
first letter,
Yeah, on
like the first
TeamSpeak.
syllable sometimes,
Wish
or
we
whatever
could-
you're saying.
Yeah, I wish we could use something else that didn't do that, but oh well. This is the one that works best.
Oh, never mind. I'm gonna sit in my corner and keep recommending we use Mumble till the cows come home, and nobody's ever gonna listen to me.
That's because it doesn't work right. It requires you to like go do some crazy thing with your router before it'll even let you use it sometimes.
Well, that you had to do that once.
Yes, but if anyone else had to do it, it would be a huge pain because I already know my way around routers, and most people don't.
Yeah, that would be.
So
Which
no.
makes it not worth even trying. Okay, got it.
Well, it's never really
I'd rather
worked that
use
great.
Discord.
I mean, Discord works fine, except the music's not awesome, but I could probably work around that. But we're not talking about that
Can't
right
really
now.
use it though, right?
Well, exactly.
Why not that?
Bad internet connection, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, if you ever wondered just how bad Hans's internet is,
Very poor.
that's how bad. Anyway, what are we doing now?
What,
Um,
are you heading off to sleep, or are you doing something before bed?
I would like to talk to the rest of the party. I'm not going to bother doing this quite in character unless it's necessary. I think that we should, like, set our next plans. Like, when are we leaving? What route are we taking? All that good stuff.
yeah.
I'd like to leave pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like, the next day? Or, like...
Yeah, probably. I think the next day would be good.
Same. That's when
Have
I was
places
planning
to
on
go?
leaving.
I mean... We probably want to be nice and not, like, leave early in the morning because we have to say goodbyes and whatnot.
Yeah,
No,
and
we have things to do in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So, leave in the afternoonish, like after lunch?
Yeah.
Alright. Do we want to see about... I mean, how long is this trip? Like, how long?
Oh boy, it's map time, everybody. Oh, the
Whoa,
maps
map
are over
time.
there. I know. Ah. Okay, I can hear you now.
Cool.
Map. Map time. Here we go. It's just like nap time, but not at all. Here we go. Oh.
Oh yeah, there's a road we were gonna take.
Yeah, if you're taking the road, which I'm assuming you're taking the road, because you don't want to run into as many things that aren't on the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see, Guldagorg, and you're going straight to Oon, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh boy, what a trip that's gonna be. Okay,
What?
faster because it's on the road, but still, your
It
next.
should be pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not straight line in any means, but. So to get to the mighty city of Un, it's probably going to be over road, because I'm going to say it's around double speed, considering all the snow. It's around double speed,
Yeah.
especially because this isn't just a road. Because, you know, a road in the snow, you don't even see where it is most of the time.
Yeah.
This isn't just any road. This is called the Trustway.
Oh.
And the Trustway has magical lighting across it, so you know where it is. So it's a lot easier to follow.
Oh.
You can see at night. The downside of that is that it's usually guarded.
Yeah, but that's actually okay. If we can travel after dark, we can get in another couple hours a day.
If we could,
True.
I was gonna suggest that we, get a carriage or sleigh or something.
Yeah,
And
actually,
a couple of
I was
horses
about
if
to.
we can.
I was gonna look into that. Could we get like?
On the Trustway, carriages are definitely possible, and they do run carriages, like carriage sort of lines that go straight to Un, since it's the main place people are going. It goes through Bryn Mawr, which is the largely like human and orc settlement. That's the only other really town between Galderborg and the city.
Well,
You're gonna need to stop in Bryn Mawr and probably get a different carriage ride to the city, but you could do that.
yeah, I would like to try to hire a carriage. I want to look into that in the morning while you two are doing whatever
Yeah,
shady.
we won't talk about carriage prices right now, but assuming you take a carriage, you guys. So carriage is faster speed plus the road is probably gonna be like. You could get to Bryn Mawr in like a week, probably.
Nice.
Maybe.
How long would that take normally?
Well, on the road, I guess it's faster. On the road, probably 2 weeks. On foot, maybe a little
Like
longer.
halves the time.
Yeah, carriages are good.
Yeah.
But you need to feed and water the horses, but it's not really that hard to do. You just buy some feed
And
and
we would be
water
renting
is.
a carriage that we would drive and whatnot, right?
If you're literally, you can either buy one for your own, or you can just get a carriage ride, and the driver's gonna take you.
Okay, yeah, I kind of want to avoid that because of, well, flaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could always ask around. Not everyone's terrible.
Yeah.
Nissa knows
Well,
people
I'll
here.
deal with that in the morning.
Yeah.
But we have decided that we're looking into it.
Cool. So you guys are heading off.
Actually, one last question before we're all gonna head off to bed. How much money do we have in the party fund?
Oh,
Been running through it kind of fast.
yeah. I remember when it was like that when we first started with the other campaign, and then all of a sudden it was like everything seemed really cheap.
Yeah, well, because we did like a couple of jobs, got a ton of money, and then didn't need to spend it for a while. Just kept amassing money. It's really nice.
We have 202 gold pieces, 25 silver, and 20 copper, and then I've got like Mrs. personal stuff, 4 silver, 7 copper, and 22 gold that I'm willing to add to if we
Okay.
need to.
So not awful, not awful.
Nope, we're not totally draining it, but
All right, yeah, that should easily cover a ride. Okay. All right, long rest.
So as you all head up, well, actually, who's going upstairs first?
Not me.
I was gonna stay up for a little while.
I'll go up.
Okay. So Theobald, you're heading up, and you actually stop as the stairs are actually blocked. You can see Flaw is just sitting on the stairs, staring at the door.
What is it? Oh, okay.
Did he say Marin Vadim?
Yes.
She looks up. I know him. I know him. He's not... You're not gonna find him. Unless he's come back to town, or...
Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Say no more for a second. Come with me. Follow me.
Where are you going?
Down back where Mort is.
Okay, you head back down into
I
the
think
main...
we're all in the same room still.
Yeah.
No, I went up the steps.
I mean, other than you and
Yeah.
everyone else is together.
Yeah, you head up back into the main room.
Everyone important happening.
Yes.
Claw.
What?
Say what you were going to say about him.
Who?
Marin Vadim.
You know him?
Yeah. He worked on the ship I was stowed in on. But... he left in a lifeboat. They were gonna make him walk the plank, and he found out about it. I didn't know him well, but people were afraid of him. Really afraid of him. Some of the sailors called him things.
Things?
People thought, and she looks up, kind of, you can see she looks kind of shaken at hearing that name, and looks back up and says, a lot of them called him, they called him a shadow, or a shade, a dark one. People were afraid of him, but the captain was going to make him walk the plank anyway, so
What does
he
that
fled.
mean? Like the shade.
I don't know, but he was definitely frightening to look at. And at this, Sienna, who is over at the desk, says, now that is a problem.
Yeah.
And she leans forward and puts her elbows on the table. I haven't heard of a shade in these parts in a good long time. A dark one, eh? Now that is exciting.
Have I heard of shades?
Make an Arcana check.
Have I heard of shades?
Make an Arcana check.
All of
I
us?
have not heard
Wait.
of shades.
No,
7.
you have not.
Did I make an Arcana check too?
Yeah.
It's fun
That's
to
7.
no longer be the guy that just knows things. Like,
No
Damn
one-
it, one of the few things I wanted to roll high on.
13.
who's heard of this? I can instantly rule myself out.
I mean, I think I would know, because you mentioned something referring to her, I think, when we were first making characters.
Huh?
You, what did you get?
A 6.
6 and Hans 13? So he said?
Yes.
You've only heard of shades in reference to... Shades are the remnants, from what you know, of some sort of foul magic that is no longer really practiced, and they haven't been seen in a long time, but they used to wander the snow lands north. Snow and cold does not bother them. They can travel almost as far as they like in it. They don't freeze to death. Most of them don't, from what you remember of the stories. They only eat when it's convenient. And if you've angered it, it will follow you to the world's end.
Right, so that
That's all?
captain's dead.
That's all you know about them. But that's just the stories you heard as a kid. You've never thought they were actually real.
Hello? Ah, fuck. No, I've never heard of this actually being real, but I've heard of stories, and they're like they are in the stories. They're bad news.
Sienna leans forward and says, and gives a small smile and says, "Well, you'd better be careful on your trip then, hadn't you?"
Oh, we were going to be careful already, and I guess we'll be even more careful now. So,
Well, on that pleasant note, let's get some
Let's
sleep.
let's do that.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
That was a good session.
Yes,
Oh,
it was.
Even though you may dislike shopping, I enjoy it.
Hey, well, I don't...
Only in this game.
That was
albeit in
less
real life.
bad than I thought it was going to be. That was okay.
Is the internet off?
No. Should it be?
No.
Are we all good to go? Let me do my traditional thank you all for joining us. It's seriously though, I do mean it. Thank you all for showing up, if whoever's here. And I hope you enjoyed this game. If you hope you got something out of it. Got to actually meet some NPCs I don't think I was expecting us to be meeting yet, but hello.
Yes.
Here we are, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and just quickly post the Discord link in chat if any of you would like to come and hang out with us on Discord. We have a nice little kind of community over here. Sort of. I mean, it's, you know, we're working on it.
It'll be a thing eventually.
Yeah, once we have a little more time, more things will happen there. But here is the link. If anyone wants to pop in and say hi and everything, make sure you read the rules. We're a little strict about our rules over here.
Important. Don't screw with the rules. You'll have an issue.
You will have
Those are
many.
no fun.
Oh, come on, Carissa. You haven't even read them, have you?
Bleh.
It's okay. I know you'd follow them anyway, so I don't need you to read them. So yeah, anyway.
No worse than like our con rules. It's the same thing. Really.
Anyway, we'll see you all next. Wait, are we seeing them? Are we canceling next Friday for some reason?
Yes, there's a con.
Yes, I will be busy, very busy.
Oh, and I think that's the
Somehow
weekend
I
when
forgot about that.
going to Grand Rapids.
Right. So yeah, we'll be off next week, but maybe me and someone else. I mean, if you're gone, maybe me and Hans will get on and play something. I don't know. We'll see.
Woo, let's do it.
Maybe we can do Civ or something. I don't know. We'll see about that.
Aw, I want to play Civ.
Well, too bad. Yeah, we'll get on and do that. So yeah.
Yeah, Will, and you know what? I want to be at the con, so you can shut up and take it.
Yeah, no, I want to be at the con more.
Gosh.
So yeah, we'll talk to you all later. Goodbye, internet.
Goodbye, internet.